10 and a 5 or a car and a key and a sober driver. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. A couple of frat guys from Abilene drove out all night to see Robert Earl Keen at the K-Pig Swine and Soiree dance. They wore baseball caps and khaki pants. They wanted cigarettes, so to save a little money, they got one from this hippie that smelled kind of funny. And the next thing they knew, they were both really hungry and pretty thirsty, too. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. All we need is a 10 and a 5 or a car and a key and a sober driver. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. Found a store with the sign, said their beer was coldest, so they sent in Brad, because he looked the oldest. He got a case of beer and a candy bar, walked over to where all them registers are, laid his fake ID on the countertop. The clerk looked, he turned, he looked back up, he stopped, he said, son, I'm not going to call the cops, but I'm going to have to keep this card. The guys both took it pretty hard. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. Oh, how happy we would be had we only brought a better fake ID on this B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. They found this other old hippie named Sleepy John. He claimed to be the one from the Robert Earl Keen song, so they gave him all their cash. He bought them some brew. It was a beautiful day out in Santa Cruz. They were feeling so good it should have been a crime. The crowd was cool and the band was prime. They made it back up front to their seats just in time so they could sing with all their friends. They say the road goes on forever and the party never ends. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run. All we need is a 10 and a 5 or a car and a key and a sober driver. B-double-E-double-R-U-N, beer run.
Yeah. Hey, that's Todd Snyder. Good morning. Welcome to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk today. There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, chick.
There's Josh Arnold.
Hello.
There's Ace Cosby.
Howdy.
Special guest today, very exciting, Roy Wood Jr. I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold. Hello, Tom.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
It's good to be here. We have a lot going on, of course. And Friday starts the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Hence the beer run, a tribute to yesterday's show. I think, really, because we had finally made our beer can chicken. And absolutely delicious. I hope you were
crazy good.
Yeah, we've got some videos posted. We used the famous big green egg to make the beer can chicken, and we used the official beer can chicken beer, produced in association with the Purdue Chicken people. And I got to tell you, it was a complete success, and absolutely delicious. Pat, I really enjoyed your song.
Thank you.
Your tribute to beer can chicken. And once again, the key to that is you open the beer and then you shove it in the body cavity, if you will.
Yes.
Of the aforementioned bird.
Mm-hmm. And they make an apparatus that makes it easier to.
Yeah, I described it as kind of like a little Eiffel Tower that the can fits in.
Not really.
That doesn't really help, does it? It's a structural. It's like a scaffolding that holds the beer can upright, and the bird sits on it.
It looks very phallic.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But it makes it easier, and we have all that posted on the various Bob and Tom social media platforms, some nice photographs, et cetera, et cetera. And perhaps you could perhaps play that song again for us, Pat. I thought it was really nice. We'll get to that at some point. Coming up in sports, anything interesting going on out there?
Well, have you ever shot 62 on a golf course there, Tom?
During one of the majors?
Well, here's the answer. Yes, you have, but you probably had the back nine to go yet.
Oh, I see.
Thank you very much. Everybody.
Even that's generous, actually.
Ricky Fowler yesterday. Could be Dick Fowler, I guess, but he insists on Ricky Fowler. First player in U.S. Open history with a 62. And he held that record for all of 15 minutes until Xander Schauffele joined him at a 62. As you might guess, an extraordinary morning out there at the Los Angeles Country Club. They say the U.S. Open, the toughest test in golf, but not for Fowler and Schauffele yesterday. Fowler had 10 birdies and finished his round with a 2-putt par from just inside 60 feet. And Andy North said Fowler had 10 birdies in that round of golf. Andy North, when he won the tournament way back when, he didn't have 10 birdies the entire week, the entire weekend.
I was reading a really interesting thing about the way they measure the height of the greens. Have you ever heard about this?
I don't know, but it sounds confusing and awful.
No,
there are a lot of other things you can read.
No, it's really interesting.
Okay.
Just bear me out on this. I mean, you've heard, for example, at the Masters, it's like putting on concrete.
Yeah.
But they actually measure them with a fairly primitive device, as I understand it. It's essentially a ramp.
A tape measure?
No. They take a ball and they put it on this ramp, and then they let it go, and then they measure how far it goes. And on a flat part of the green, you following me here?
Nope.
No.
Are they measuring the height of the grass or the height of the?
In other words, they want to see how far the ball will go.
How fast the greens are?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
okay.
that they can measure.
I thought you were talking about the height of the green.
Well, they that's based on moisture and other aspects of things, but it's pretty kind of primitive and yet scientific.
So who does this?
The ladies and gents running the golf tournaments.
Okay.
So they, because on a given day the greens may be faster than another. It's just I thought it was fascinating. A little bit of trivia, a little bit of.
I still don't know what you're saying.
Imagine you've got a ramp of.
The ramp doesn't. So just saying how fast or how dry or how wet the greens are is what you're saying.
So they drop the ball, it goes down the ramp.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying, Josh?
Yeah. I guess that's their measuring technique. How about that?
It's kind of simple and primitive.
A lot of talk about a marine layer yesterday in Los Angeles and how that helped the golfers.
Oh.
The marine layer on the course. That sounds like something you could look up and read about. The marine layer.
That sounds like one of Greg Hahn's nicknames back when he was a captain in the Corps.
How it affects
the marine layer.
He gets around, you see.
Golfing.
And Willie, by the way, and Mr. Hahn are in Louisville at the Caravan. They opened up a series of shows last night. Go see them this weekend for some great stuff. And they're going to be in Cincinnati at Go Bananas in a couple of weeks recording a couple of live albums. That'll be really fun. We'll catch up with more from the world of golf. Patty, you ready to...
Sure.
I love this song. This is a song about the beer can chicken and cooking with alcohol. And again, the alcohol burns out, is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
I like beer can chicken, pasta with vodka sauce. I like a Jack Daniels rub and my ribs don't mind the extra cost. I like my brats cooked in beer and my Coca van with extra wine. I like bananas Foster loaded with rum, makes me feel so fine. But some mornings are a little rough and I like to cut out the middleman. I'll have some beer can chicken. Hold the chicken. Hand me the can.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Boozing it up.
So what is the process if you're in a, let's say, program? Can you have, like, bananas Foster because it's all cooking off? Or
They don't do it typically have it. They don't, even the taste.
Yeah, a couple of buddies of mine don't.
Trigger, yeah.
They stay away from it.
Yeah, and then do you know anybody that drinks what's it called, the O'Douls?
Yeah, a lot of people.
Really? Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. Yeah,
Some people actually like the taste of beer.
Yeah, I know. I don't...
Yeah, and they're used to drinking beers.
My follow-up is even more dumb. Do they make non-alcoholic bourbon
or wine?
Oh, that's a good question. They do?
Yes.
I know they make non-alcoholic wine.
Right.
Yeah,
but
non-alcoholic cocktails are really big right now. I can take you to a store. That's all they sell.
Really?
Mocktails.
Mocktails.
But you can get like a non-alcoholic whiskey?
Yeah.
No.
Wow. And have you guys tried it?
I have not.
I wonder if it has the bite, that burn is part of the whole taste. Huh.
I don't know.
Oh, well, you couldn't taste the beer in the beer can chicken per se, but it's.
I had one piece where I definitely tasted beer. Yeah,
okay,
not just the
because
spices.
I could taste some delicious because there were some really good spices in the beer designed to be part of that. I can remember comedian Joel Lindley weighing in on a similar topic here.
Joel Lindley is our guest. Now, do you drink at all?
I do drink.
Really? But that's got to be scary.
I went to buy beer the other day, and they sell non-alcoholic beer, right? Which is a good idea. But did you know they sell it by the keg?
I did not.
What kind of a loser consumes a whole keg of non-alcoholic beer? I mean, if you don't drink, fine. Have an O'Doul's, but don't do funnels. What are you going to brag to your friends the next day? Oh, dude, you should have been there. I mean, we were pounding that keg till 4 a.m. I was so bloated.
Yeah.
Then I drove everyone home.
Cool.
Yeah. There's a gigantic warehouse of stuff I don't get.
I can't
And they
understand
serve non-alcoholic beer there.
Yeah. You know what? Another thing I don't
that.
understand. Hooters has food to go.
Joel
Who the
Lindley.
hell's that for?
That is a couple of very, very good observations there. In any event, I highly recommend the beer can chicken.
Yeah, there's a lot of non-alcoholic alcohol substitutes. Tequila, bourbon, vodka. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. Well, good.
Spiritless Kentucky 74, non-alcoholic bourbon.
Is it, this is going to really sound dumb. Does it get super expensive like these $1,000 bottles of bourbon? Can you get?
No, it's $23.99.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
With real bourbon, you have to age it for X amount of years. I wonder if they have to do that with the fake bourbon.
Yeah, or if it's ready immediately.
That's a great question.
Well, didn't they say that pretty soon they'll be able to recreate any wine with chemicals?
Oh, wow. So, like, no grapes at all? And
Like artificial intelligence?
Yeah, they'll do some DNA thing and they'll be able to fake it. Well, interesting. And I guess the point of the exercise this morning is we really enjoyed the beer can chicken. And thanks, by the way, to the guys from the Big Green Egg that stopped by, and they were so helpful.
yeah. And to Jess for putting all that together.
Yes,
Everybody.
ma'am. And everybody, yeah.
Eddie, Noah.
Now, coming up in the news, we have unusual domain name news of all things. Golf, not the usual golf story. This one involves firearms. And another loose emu. I don't know why these critters keep getting loose, but they do. Right now, it's quiz time. I'll start with Josh, just to shake things up a little bit. Josh, what's your sleep number setting on your sleep number bed?
Thank you for asking. 65.
Now, where does that fall in the range of sleep number settings?
It's not too hard, not too soft. It's perfect for my pressure points.
So
Just right.
This is like the Three Little Bears thing.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
right.
Now, it's much more illustrative of the point I'm trying to make if I ask Christy what her sleep number setting is.
Mama Bear sleeps at 45.
That is a less firm, a softer
Yes.
mattress, if you will. Papa Bear?
100. It was tough getting out of the old firm mattress this morning, too.
Oh, tell me about it.
It was something else.
The sleep number bed, they have perfected the notion of adjustable firmness. What does it mean? Well, you can adjust the firmness of the mattress anytime you want at the touch of a button. There's a remote control. You grab it if you want it softer or more firm. It's so simple. It's a brilliant idea, perfectly executed in the famous Sleep Number bed. The Sleep Number people have gone way beyond that now. They have a number of other options on these beds that are going to give you a great night's sleep, and that's what it's all about. It's called unlocking your sleep potential with a bed that's as smart as you are. We call it sleeping at the next level. Be part of it, especially now because the famous Sleep Number Queen 2 Smart Bed is just $899, savings of $200 right now this week. Plus, by the way, special financing is now available for a limited time subject to credit approval. Check in with the store for all the details on the special financing offer and this special offer from Sleep Number. I love my Sleep Number bed. My current Sleep Number, I'm back at 100. Thank you very much for asking. Sleep Number. Check out the Sleep Number store at sleepnumber.com/BT show. That's sleepnumber.com/BT show. We are coming back. We have a couple of really cool world records this morning as well. And a really interesting survey about what are folks doing when they're supposed to be working at home.
Oh.
Guess what they're doing?
Playing with their dogs.
You're close. Playing with is part of the answer. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hello.
I'll take this slow let go of my hand to say I do. And he will discover just how blessed life can be. I know, 'cause all those years ago, your mom handed you to me. Every step that we take brings back the memories. Winter snows and horse shows and dancing on the beach. And I can't help thinking that I'm the lucky one. You're still my baby daughter, and now I've gained a son. I'll take this slow, sweet walk with you. You let go of my hand to say I do. And he will discover just how blessed life can be. I know, 'cause all those years ago, your mom handed you to me. And don't miss a chance to put each other first. And now that you've vowed for better or for worse, and don't let the beauty of this life pass you by. In the times of trouble, and you stand side by side. I'll take this slow, sweet walk with you. You let go of my hand to say I do. I picture a slow, sweet walk yet to be. You take my hand, say, Daddy, come see. Then you'll know what it feels like. And you won't believe what it feels like. Then you'll know what it felt like when she handed you to me. She handed you to me.
Beautiful.
It was closed because they had a blind golfers tournament.
They did?
Yeah, I'm like, can't they play at night?
Sure. What's the difference?
4 a.m. I I never thought of that.
Oh, yeah.
Greg Hahn is our guest.
I went out with this one girl. Can I say this?
Sure.
Get a load of this. I'm on a date. I was out with this girl, right? Here's what she says. It's true. She says, oh, I did something she didn't like. She goes, oh, you just lost some points. Whoa, there's points involved. It's a point system that the women have. It's a point system. Men, we don't know what's going on. All we know is it involves points, and all of a sudden, we're down. You know what I mean? I was doing my impression of her mother. She's like, oh, you just lost some points. I'm like, really? How many did I start out with? Don't ask any questions. You're just going to lose more points. Well, transfer my account to your younger sister.
Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night.
You might as well shoot me when the beer runs out.
Bob and...
Hey, welcome welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Pardon me. There's Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, chick.
There's Josh Arnold.
Hello.
Ace Cosby's here.
Howdy.
Willie Griswold's in Louisville with Greg Hahn. Yet tonight, tomorrow night. I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
Got a great letter about that. Brad had a chance to catch the show at the Caravan in Louisville last night. Quote, Willie killed it. Greg Hahn was also going full speed Greg Hahn the entire show. That's a tough thing to do. And he is great. That'll be a great show. He's there on tonight and tomorrow, too. So be sure to check out the fellas. Coming up on today's show, comedian Roy Wood Jr. will be our special guest. We'll look forward to seeing Roy. But right now, we turn to Chick McGee.
Well, we go to letters first. Dear Tom, this is from Troy in Fresno, California. First of all, he says, salutations to the King Idiot and his court. My wife was making a shopping list and came into the room, and she said, I'm making a list, and I need 2 guacs. And I said, I know that's not right. What's that? What am I? And she goes, you mean avocados?
Yeah, sorry. I always forget that word.
Avocado?
Yeah.
He says, I saw the light switch go on in her eyes, and I said, it was a Tomism. People are caught up in the imagination of you not being able to come up with words.
It just happens. I was getting, that, what do you call it, the Cuban breakfast?
Oh, yeah.
Which is rice and beans. And
very good.
Pesto. Don't forget the pesto.
Pesto and I like poached eggs, and I like extra guac. But what I mean is extra avocado. But whenever I get nervous around waiters and waitresses.
I get nervous.
Don't get nervous.
Waiters and waitresses.
They're on your side.
That's what they're there for. To
Fortunately,
ask you what you want.
I often eat with the same people, and they're able to help me with my order.
Oh, good.
You mean your family?
Yeah.
You mean your girlfriend? Your
correct.
Baby mama?
Same people.
Same people.
I just forget all the time.
They look familiar. I don't know who they are.
Oh, speaking of babies, Al Pacino already had his. Did you see that?
Mm-hmm.
That was quick.
Did they end up doing the test?
Apparently. I think they did, yeah.
Mm.
He had a little boy named Roman.
That's got to be a tough conversation. Hey, listen, before my publicist announces to the world, we're doing a DNA test.
And I think he's back with the old girlfriend, too, right? Beverly D'Angelo?
No.
Yeah, I just read that.
How about that?
I'll look into that. I didn't know.
A little bit of drama in Al's life.
They have quite the Instagram account together, I think, or Beverly has it or something. They have 2 kids together or something, I think.
Yeah, they have twins. Mm-hmm.
Something like that. Yeah, that'd be 2.
Al's what?
Yeah.
Al's 83. 83, and he's got a baby.
Oh, when she was 29. She is 29.
My goal as a man of a certain age with a 7-year-old, my goal's high school graduation, then wheel me down the ramp. But he's going to have trouble getting to that pre-K graduation.
Yeah.
Hope you live forever, Al. I'm a big fan, but yikes. Mick Jagger better get on the ball. What is Mick, 81 or so?
He turns 80. No, they're having a big party for him soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So and Mick's got a kid, but he's got 4 years to knock one up, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Go for it.
How old's Mick Jagger?
He'll be 80 this year.
Oh.
Al's baby mama used to date Mick Jagger.
Yeah, that's right.
Really?
She sure did.
Oh, that tells you something. Sorry.
What the hell's that be?
Oh, it's a bit of a star F.
Yeah, like, Yoko was going after McCartney and gave, you know what I'm saying?
What? Is that the old story? Did they say that about Yoko going after McCartney? And
yeah, absolutely.
Instead settled for Lennon?
Or is this one of your realities?
He's reading again.
Pat, back me up. You're a Beatles guy.
I don't know that little tidbit.
Well, speaking of the Beatles, I hate to interrupt sports, but we did have.
Thank God somebody did.
We do have something interesting. First, McCartney's got a really cool book coming out of he took a camera along with him on that first Beatles tour of America. It's got some great photographs.
Another Beatles book, huh?
Well, that's the rumor on this new song is a way to bring attention to Paul's new book.
Okay. Oh, whatever. You don't have to buy it. I'm a fan. But a few years back, Yoko had a cassette of John who was working on some tapes. He was working on some songs, I should say, and he had them on a cassette. And they released 2 of them. They redid them, and but now with AI technology, allegedly, they were able to remove the piano from this thing that Lennon had been working on, and they've created a new song. They haven't released it technically yet, have they, Pat?
No.
Yeah, but they think it's from the same cassette, and
yeah.
So they were able to isolate Lennon's vocal, and then they added to it, and so it's kind of a Beatles song. Is Ringo playing on it? Do we know?
He is. Yeah,
okay.
It's that same session they say.
Okay. In any event, so there's new Beatles stuff, and you're. I know Pat's a big Beatles guy. You've been working on this?
Yeah, they found another tape. They've really been going through old tapes, and it goes something like this, something they found. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Me and Yoko aren't home right now, but if you leave a message in the sound of the tone, we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Get back. Get back. Get back as soon as we can. I mean, it goes something like that.
Yeah.
They are going through some old tapes.
The old tapes.
Now, Josh, Bob and I, when we were first working together, we were also roommates. And
if you can believe that,
we had a 4-track reel-to-reel tape deck. So you could do some. Now you can do this with GarageBand on a phone, but back then it was pretty high tech. So we would create some fairly elaborate recordings, and we would use them on our answering machine.
Oh,
and
those don't exist anywhere, do they?
That's a good question. But the most famous one, we lifted a moment from a movie. Featuring a character named Big Dick Black. The movie was called Hardcore with George C. Scott. And the movie was about this guy, his daughter takes off and goes into the world of porn, and he's looking
So you can see how it would be hilarious.
Yeah.
And what we would do is we would put messages like this on our answering machine. And then we would usually have the receptionist at the radio station where we worked call up the answering machine just to try to make her blush. This now, by the way, would be entirely actionable and, in retrospect, a terrible idea.
Do you have it there?
I have the Big Dick Black.
Okay.
Hang on one second. Is this properly beeped? Okay. Oh, we think this is the beep one.
It aired on network TV.
Yeah, this is this actor, by the way, is the guy that played the sergeant in the Goldie Hawn Army movie. Whatever that was.
Private Benjamin.
Private Benjamin. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You're very helpful.
Thank you.
But the setup on this is George C. Scott is portraying, he's looking for his daughter, but he's portraying a porno producer auditioning people because he's seen a man on film with his daughter.
So he thinks if he can find the guy, he'll find his daughter.
Yeah,
Right.
okay. So here's the phone call.
I'm Dick Black. You're doing a porno movie, right?
Right.
Then I'm the man for you.
Well, I'm glad to meet you, Mr. Black, but I'm afraid you're not exactly the type we're looking for.
You mean because I'm black?
No, you're just not the type.
What do you mean, not the type? Man, don't you know who I am? I'm Big Dick Black. I've done more porno movies than you ever saw. I worked with Harry Reams, Johnny Wide. Not the type. I'm a woman's dream.
I'm sorry, Mr. Black. I'm sure you're very good, but at the moment, I just don't have anything for you. If something comes up, I'll be happy to give you a call.
I knew this was a scam. This is bull.
Now we've edited that. Thank you.
And the highlight, the clip that George C. Scott sees of his daughter, it's obviously a white gentleman in the scene, is why George dismisses him right away.
Yeah. And Mr. Black goes into a little more detail on his protruding attribute.
Some of his numbers he puts up.
But he does have some good numbers. I think he played for, when he was the defensive end, he played 13 was his number. But we had the unedited version of that, and so we would put them on our answering machine, and then we would do this little gag. We did it all the time, and then unfortunately,
I bet the receptionist just loved you guys, huh?
Yeah. And then unfortunately, my mom called.
I was going to say, weren't you worried about?
Well, no, that happened. My mom called one day, and then She called up and she said, I think I got the wrong number. I called your house. Oh, yeah. We've been
That's better than, boy, I've been waiting on this Mr. Black to come to the house.
I left a message.
Yeah.
But the days of the answering machine were so much fun.
Yeah.
And I guess you can do it with voicemail, but I don't even use voicemail anymore. Now the texting has arrived.
That's not the most embarrassing incident with your mother, though, when she came to visit that one time.
That's your fault.
What? Oh.
Was that ever proven that I did that? I don't think I was ever...
Josh, there was a time...
Proven.
When on cable television, with certain TVs...
on your TV, you could label what channels you were looking at.
Sure,
Right.
yeah.
Because they didn't have it. Now every channel pretty much has it in the corner or whatever.
You typically had 3 letters, right? Four? Okay.
Yeah,
four
that's
letters.
the problem. 4.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Yeah. No, there's a channel called C-SPAN. Somebody programmed a different C word into one of the channels.
All the C words I could think of.
That's a United National.
Yeah, my mom had come to visit.
Yeah, I didn't know what she was doing, turning the TV on, looking around anyway.
How times have changed. But thank you for the song, Pat. I really appreciate that. By the way, Mr. Godwin is going to be recording a television special, as they used to call them, coming up in July at McCurdy's in Sarasota, Florida. What a great spot that is. It'll be beginning Wednesday evening, July 12th, and running through Sunday the 16th. So if you get a chance, if you're in that area, please go see Mr. Godwin. Also, Mr. Hahn from yesterday's show is trying to find a place to live. He's looking to live in Boca, right?
Right.
Yeah. So
what are you doing now?
I'm trying to help get a condo.
Is that right?
Yeah.
You think this is helping?
Yeah, maybe a sublease. I'm trying to talk him into getting a condo instead. He was thinking of getting a freestanding house, and he's never there.
How about this? Why don't you leave him alone?
Let him do what he wants.
He's been doing what he wants for a long time, and look what's happened.
He seems to be doing quite well.
He has one of the happier
Right.
existences.
Yeah.
We all want to be Greg Hall.
Well, hey, listen, misery loves company. No, I think I convinced him to do a dye job last night, I'm hoping.
Oh, my God.
He looks fine.
Could you stay out of people's business?
Sorry.
Are you going to give him the handout you give to your friends who are buying houses?
Sure.
How many pages is that? Like
Just
10 pages?
just a couple pages of things you need to do when you have a new home. Handy safety tips. But right now, it's time to get back to sports.
We were talking about yesterday the home run calls. Remember this? Baseball announcers, and Elvis has left the building or whatever. It's high, it's far, it's deep, that one. Well, this is from Tim. He says, Seattle Mariners' Dave Niehaus, play-by-play gentleman, says a long ball's hit. He goes, get out the bread and butter. It's a grand salami. Like if it's a grand slam.
That's fun.
And then there's a new rookie on the scene with the Reds, Ellie De La Cruz. He's amazing. He's fast, and he hits home runs. And the play-by-play guy, oh, my God, that ball had a family. See, because he murdered that. He murdered the ball.
Well, it's hard to come up with your own. Something original.
Yeah. We talk about this every time. There's a book out there by David Isaacs, I think. He's a writer for The Simpsons and MASH in the early years when it was good. And he wanted to leave and go do play-by-play baseball.
I read that book 20 years ago. So it's called, what is it, Going?
And his home run initial call was there it goes. Oh, my. It's, wait a minute. That was his home run call, I guess. So he wrote a book about that. And it's David Isaacs. So
I forget. Yeah, I knew he was a guy from...
It could be, wait a minute, or something like that.
Yeah, it was one of the writers from MASH.
David Isaacs.
Now, we have golf news this morning of some significance.
Well, first we have a parade we got to talk about. Yesterday in Denver, they went crazy with 47 years in the making. The Denver Nuggets are NBA champions. And you remember Nikola Jokic said, when is the parade? In front of, at the press conference. And the press guys told him it's not till Thursday. And he goes, oh, no, I can't. I got to get home. He was going to Serbia, but... Nicole said Nicole was at the parade yesterday, and he had a great time, and here he is now.
You know that I told that I don't want to stay on parade, but I want to stay on parade.
Is that the new thing?
Yeah, this is amazing. This is that we all gonna remember this our whole lives, and when we see you guys that came out on the streets, and actually this one is for you. We love you, Denver. This one is for you. Thank you, guys.
I can't imagine an American guy going to Serbia and mastering the language that quickly. And I just don't. I don't think that would happen.
Yeah, and I can see why he'd pick up on the F word, though.
Sure.
If you've ever been courtside at an NBA game.
Well, if you've ever studied a language, that's the first thing you do, right? Is find out what the dirty words are in the other.
Even
language.
if you're an adult, I think.
Yeah.
I think people get Rosetta Stone and his lesson 1. Here's how you say S-head. Here's the book. I'm sorry, I had it wrong. It's called It's Gone, No Wait a Minute by Ken Levine.
Ken Levine, I'm sorry. Levine and Isaacs were a writing team. That's where I got David Isaacs.
And Ken was a very successful writer, and he'd always wanted to be a play-by-play guy. So he kind of leaves his job and goes and works for a minor league ball club.
Goes out on the road, and he asked his buddy, what kind of damage am I going to cost my family if I go out on the road with a minor league baseball team and live my dream? And he goes, what kind of damage are you going to cause if you stay at home?
It sounds like a MASH episode.
So it was, yeah.
Yeah, I read the book years ago, but I just remember it was really funny. But he talks about the importance of having a good home run call. Because there's so many out there, you've got to kind of create your own. The way that you have used your sports exit line, you have adapted and adopted it.
Are you telling me to wrap up sports?
No,
I will.
no.
Don't get me wrong.
No. Boy, that didn't work, did it? I'm sorry. How did that come?
More sports coming up, including record set twice, as my mother would say, at the U.S. Open yesterday.
Okay. Now, also coming up. Did you that story we had yesterday about the Harvard Medical School cure? What the guy was selling body parts? That was everywhere yesterday. I still don't understand why people would want to buy them, but that's a human body part. But we have another interesting body in the news today, presumed dead. We'll find out about that, and a pretty cool bodily related world record. But right now, let's talk about what a great time we had yesterday with great food, because the summer certainly is the food season, especially grilling out and having a great time and getting lots of time to relax. If you need extra time this summer, how about skipping an hour or so at the grocery store by letting HelloFresh step in? The idea behind HelloFresh is a simple one, perfectly executed. They do the grocery shopping for specific recipes that they provide. You pick which one you like out of usually at least 40 every week. And this summer, HelloFresh has some special stuff, fresh and fit summer menu items, including calorie smart stuff, protein smart stuff. They even have vegan dinners. They've got lunches and dinners you can prepare, some of them in fewer than 10 minutes. And the way it works is you choose what you want. The boxes arrive. They've done the shopping. They've done the measuring. You put it together. It's a lot of fun, a great way to teach the kids how to cook, by the way. And they've really made it tempting to check it out, because how about this? 16 free meals and free shipping. When's the last time you heard about free shipping? Practically nobody does that anymore. 16 free meals, free shipping, part of a special package. Give it a shot this summer. You need the code BTShow16 for the special savings. So it's HelloFresh.com/BTShow16. It's all portioned out, ready for you to have a great time and some great food and not have to waste your time at the grocery store this summer. HelloFresh.com/BTShow16. We all love it. Check it out, please. Coming up, sex dolls in the news. What? This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Text us at 888-262-8661. More Bob and Tom next. State law.
Paul, you kind of came off the road as a comedian many years ago when you started doing the TBS show. How many?
We started in 95, so
really?
14 years.
Wow.
Doing it.
But you occasionally go back out on the road and do stand-up.
I do. I took a little time off the last couple of years, but now I'm getting back out there. You know, it can kind of burn you out being on the road. But,
sure.
You know, I always see stuff on the road that you just don't see anywhere else, and it just makes you laugh. And I was staying at this hotel, and one of my club dates, and I go down to the jacuzzi, and there's a sign above the jacuzzi that says, "No one shall jump or dive into the jacuzzi. Now, if you're going to dive headfirst into a jacuzzi, are you really going to be swayed by the word shall? Come on, boys, let's go into jacuzzi. Hold on, I see the King's English.
Wow.
What the heck?
I'm guessing that was a lawyer. They really should have.
That just made me laugh all day. Mm-hmm. That takes away the loneliness of the road. Because it can't get lonely.
One of the things I like about you is you don't necessarily lower your sights when it comes to some of the things you do. You're willing to go out on a limb.
Oh, I have no sights.
You're willing to go out
blind.
You're willing to go out on a limb and do an impression that perhaps most people aren't going to pick up on.
I'm fearless,
and I respect you for that.
Thank you.
Especially when there's a high quality to the message, and of course, I'm referring to Gregory Peck.
Oh, yes.
Now, Gregory Peck.
Gregory
Peck, not familiar to everybody necessarily, a brilliant actor.
Not everyone knows who he is.
That's right. But if there was a period of time in which he was a big leading man.
Mm-hmm.
He was
one of the biggest stars in Hollywood.
And he was in something you don't see much anymore unless you look hard, and that is what I would call an important movie.
Yeah.
There are a lot of great movies out there, usually
The Omen,
independent movies.
No, Boys from Brazil.
To Kill a Mockingbird.
Yeah, I don't mean the...
okay.
But you know what I'm saying. There are a lot of great movies out there these days, but they tend to you got to look for them. A lot of the stuff that gets a lot of publicity is just a bunch of crap with a bunch of crashes and the same old junk. But...
To Kill a Mockingbird was a great film.
One of the great films of all time. And,
Yes.
and you do one of the few tributes to it.
Well, yeah, it's a great movie. You learn a lot about tolerance and diversity from it and stuff. But it was made in like 1960 or whatever. And America's changed a lot since then. There's a lot of groups in this country, not even just racial or ethnic groups, but groups of people who define themselves a certain way. And a new one pops up every week. We're like, all right, we're weird, but you better like us, or you're a jerk. Like, all right, we'll write you down on the list. Yeah. If they made To Kill a Mockingbird now, it'd be like 10 hours long to cover all these different groups.
How true.
Atticus Finch would be out there, tell his little daughter.
Now, Scout, remember how I told you that black folks are just the same as we are, and we're to treat them with respect. Well, the same goes for these Shiite fundamentalists who just moved in across the streets. They just believe different things than we do. So if you see them out there stoning one of their women to death for sneezing on Wednesday, you pay them no mind. Nobody likes a nosy Nelly. And in this house over here live coprophiliacs. Those are people who derive sexual pleasure from human feces. Now, just because they're unrepentant dump truckers, and we're not, doesn't mean that we are somehow better than they are. They work hard, like all Americans, to put food on their table so they can eat it and poop it out and have sex. I don't know how it works.
I don't want to know how it works.
You just have to be tolerant.
Morning radio, all day and all night. This is Bob and Tom 24/7, 24/7, 24/7.
It's time again for 3 Questions With.
Hello again, everybody. I'm Phil Mondor, and welcome to America's most concise interview show, 3 Questions With, the exciting, fast-paced interview show where we ask 3 pertinent questions to today's biggest newsmakers. My guest today is presidential hopeful Ralph Nader. Welcome to the show, Mr. Nader. I see that you're sitting and ready to go forward with the interview. Are you comfortable, sir?
Yes. Thank you, Phil.
Didn't have any problems finding the studio, did you?
No problems at all, Phil.
Good. So, are you ready to begin?
Yes.
Thanks for being here.
This has been 3 Questions With. Join us next week for 3 Questions with Osama bin Laden. That's it. 3 questions.
Hey, folks. Boom. It's me. And you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. That's 24 days and 27 days a week and 24 like the show with the guy who whispers all the time and saves the world. And Bob and Tom 24/7. Hey, it won't blow up the world.
And Jesus said, take this bread and eat it. It is my body. And the disciples said, Jesus, we're all on low-carb diet. We appreciate you dying for our sins, but we're all trying to slim down a little bit. We want to look good in the painting.
Comedian Steve Altman.
It's the technology. What we can do today. We can put a man on the moon. We can send cameras out to Saturn, take pictures, send them back. Computers. But we still can't make a coffee maker that doesn't go... That wakes me up. I don't really need the coffee now, thanks. I'm awake and irritable. I got one of those cordless phones.
Yeah.
And those are cool. You walk around the house, be outside. You can be in the bathroom now and be on the phone. This is great. That noise? I'm making coffee right now.
We don't know anything about you, Christian. Are you a married guy, single guy?
I am married. I got married this past August. I am one of those lucky men. I'm one of those at first sight situations. I met my wife. I looked at her and I said, "Oh my God, this is the woman I want to spend the next 4 to 7 years with."
Wow. Wow, that's huge.
That is
Your expectations.
That is an exciting time, isn't it, Christian?
Isn't it sweet?
Yes,
Isn't
it
it
is.
sweet?
That is lovely. How's it going?
You know, it's not bad. She travels with me a lot, not as often as I like. I love traveling with my wife because every time we go away together, we play this really fun game. It's called, How Is This My Fault?
This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin.
Hey, Chick.
There's Josh Arnold.
Hello.
There's Ace Cosby. Hey. I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
Thank you very much.
Hello, Tom.
We were talking about home run calls. Going, gone. And I mentioned the book, I said Ken Levine.
Mm-hmm.
I believe he pronounces it Ken Levine.
Gotcha.
I'm told. I read the book many, many years ago.
Thank God we corrected that.
Well, we wanted to be right, Josh. Some of us have standards.
Okay.
Are you all right?
Yeah. That's.
I don't think Ken pronounces much
I
anything
just
anymore.
can't. Who the hell was listening? Going, it's Levine, damn it!
Well,
our friend
give you
Art
the
was
name.
You okay now?
Well, all right.
All right, good.
He likes to make sure things are good. Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
Seems about right.
I have a story for our friend Art he's going to like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Go.
Well, there's another emu on the loose. Are you aware of
Does
this, Christian?
Art like emus?
No, but there's a connection. Well, we do the story and I'll explain.
Okay.
This is as tenuous as I can get.
Oh, my
I'm very
God.
proud of myself for thinking about that.
Really?
Yeah, authorities are saying an emu is on the loose in Texas. The Rains County Sheriff's Office said it received reports of an emu running around in the community. They've been trying to locate its owner, and residents have been warned not to approach the large flightless bird, but to instead call authorities if they spot the emu.
All right.
How does that have anything to do with Art?
Well, it dawned on me that Eastern Michigan University.
Oh, I see.
EMU. Shouldn't they be the Fighting Emus?
Maybe.
They're not.
No, what are they?
I looked it up. They're the Eastern Michigan Eagles. Well, that's boring.
Well, eagles are a little more
Prevalent in Michigan?
Majestic.
Yeah, a little more powerful than an emu, perhaps.
Yeah, but emus are funnier. They could probably maybe they could change their station, their stadium to Liberty Mutual Stadium and cash in. So I looked this up because that's what I do at 4 in the morning. The Eastern Michigan Eagles were formerly known as, this is even funnier, they were known as the Eastern Michigan University Normalites.
Interesting. The Normalites.
Which was later changed.
The Normalites.
The same thing.
Later changed to the Hurons.
Okay.
Because they're not too far from Lake Huron in Ypsilanti, Michigan. Eastern Michigan University. I just assumed they'd be the emus. But anyway.
The Eagles.
Yeah, they're the Eagles. So sorry about that. And good morning to our friend Art.
Yes, hi, Art. Leave us alone when we get a name wrong.
We'll wallow in our incorrectness. I'm sorry. Back to sports. Excuse me.
Yesterday at the U.S. Open at the Los Angeles Country Club, Ricky Fowler is the first player in the U.S. Open history with a 62 round. He held that record for all of 15 minutes, and Xander Schauffele tied it. Yes, an extraordinary morning for the so-called toughest test in golf. Fowler had 10 birdies, finished his round with 2-putt par from just inside 60. Schauffele was 2 groups behind him and played bogey-free, Tom. They settled for their place in the record book. Dustin Johnson and Wyndham Clark played in the afternoon. Each shot 64s to get within 2 shots of the record-breaking duo. Rory McIlroy and Brian Harman, Mr. Harman, finished 3 shots.
Paging Mr. Harman.
Lead, paging Mr. Harman. Trouble in the NBA and for Conor McGregor. Evidently, the NBA and the Miami Heat are investigating an allegation that former UFC champion Conor McGregor sexually assaulted a woman inside an arena bathroom after Game 4 of the NBA Finals in Miami.
This is after the alleged assault on the mascot.
The woman's attorney, Ariel Mitchell, said her client has provided Miami police with the clothing she was wearing that night.
Oh, boy.
And a report was filed.
He does have some issues.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he punches out a mascot and then...
Punching old men in bars.
Yeah, he had done that, hadn't he?
Yeah.
That's no good.
Okay.
That's no good at
Yikes.
all. Speaking of basketball, the shoes that Michael Jordan wore during the famous flu game in the 1997 NBA Finals recently sold for a big-time price, $1.38 million. Jeez. The shoes previously sold for $104,000 back in 2013. The flu game has become one of the signature performances of Jordan's legacy. He had 38 points, the Jazz, in a 90-88 Bulls Game 5 win to take a 3-2 series lead. The Bulls would win the series a game later. Now, in the Last Dance documentary, it's well covered that Jordan did not have the flu, but he has long suspected food poisoning from a local pizza place that delivered pizza to his hotel room. That's what he's... That's what he's...
And deliberately poisoned him?
He thinks deliberately.
Yikes.
Absolutely. The shoes were initially given to a Jazz ball boy, Preston Thomas, after the game, with Thomas selling the shoes in 2013. They were photo matched and came with a letter of authenticity. Oh, well, there you go. And a picture of Jordan signing the shoes after the game. Thomas initially received the shoes as a gift from Jordan after he remembered that Thomas had been able to get him a snack of applesauce and a graham cracker before the game earlier that season, with Thomas again providing the same snack during the finals. $1.38 million, Tom.
Hope they're the right size.
For a pair of shoes. I don't think he's... He bought them.
I'd like to return these.
Bought them to wear them.
You know, they're going to do a just flew it. I don't get this whole sports memorabilia thing. But,
Me either.
Wow. Okay.
I don't understand. The certificate of authenticity has always kind of made me scrunch up my nose about stuff like that.
Where's the certificate of authenticity for the certificate of authenticity?
Yeah.
This just comes to us from a show that used to have a special certificate, Chick McGee.
For junior broadcasters, can get a certificate of authenticity.
You get a certificate of certification.
Now, that's 100% signed by a mechanized device.
Guaranteed to be fraudulent.
You're darn right.
Do you have any memorabilia?
Only in this building.
There's nothing at home,
No.
like hanging on a wall or
Nothing.
in an office?
I have a Bob Feller signed baseball.
Okay.
And I used to have a Jim Brown signature from the Cleveland Browns.
yeah?
I don't know where that has gone.
Oh, I'll have to get you another.
Oh.
Well, I'm sure there's stuff out there.
I need a new one, I guess.
This, I don't know. Do they have stuff like Babe Ruth's underwear? Or?
Boy, I don't know.
I famously had Mark Rippon's jockstrap. We can talk about that. A player on the team scooped it up off the floor, put it in a Ziploc bag, and sent it to me. I received it. The interior of the bag had been...
And you did launder it?
Sweat. Yes. I did launder it after I received it. But I don't know where it is now. I think I still have Art Monk's shoes somewhere, but I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure they're in the garage.
Because game-worn stuff, you don't want to launder, right?
Not necessarily.
I don't know. Gosh.
Yeah.
Do
I wouldn't
you?
think so.
I would think there would something would eventually happen to the jockstrap if you didn't launder it.
Mold,
eaten away. Oh, yeah.
Something like that.
Yeast. Could you make beer out of it?
Oh boy.
Sun tea.
People would buy it.
Well, aren't they doing stuff now where when a player is in a position to set some kind of a record, don't they wear a different jersey every inning and they have someone photograph it with a lawyer?
Oh yeah, when I was at the Braves game, I never seen this before, but I don't get out much. They had a actual. What do they call it? It was game time equipment, a kiosk for you could buy a base from a couple games ago.
It's amazing.
You could buy worn jerseys from 2 or 3 days ago. Yeah, it's
and you're right. That has become a popular kiosk at a lot of stadiums.
Yeah, I mean it's like $600-700 for a jersey, but this was worn by Ronald Acuna or whoever it would be for the Braves. Or
does it go back to the team? My gosh, that's amazing.
Whenever they're selling, I would think the Braves would get the money.
Yeah, it did when I worked at. We had a Rawlings booth at Busch Stadium in St. Louis for a while, and we were right next to that, and it went to the stadium.
Okay,
the team.
Well, does the player get a chunk for taking the time to sign it?
Some of them weren't even signed. So not everything was autographed.
I think the players is compensated. I think half a billion every 5 years.
I mean, the 50 autographs we sign after every show here.
And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention this. Josh has been kind of the Colonel Tom Parker of this show, trying to represent Christy Lee.
Oh, my OnlyFans?
Yeah, you could do game-worn panties.
No.
After every show.
Right.
No.
We've had some good shows this week. I'll tell you what. You probably had enough chuckles in yesterday's show to,
Oh, yeah. A little bit of spritz, if you know what I mean.
What? Wow. That's a better way to put it than I was.
Okay.
I was going to do.
Got to get a little tangy.
More sports coming up, including
Again, John, you have exceeded my greatest expectations.
Snoop Dogg in sport.
Okay, this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. Even though we're not too much to look.
This is a wash. It's a face wash. It's called Soothing Licorice, so it's very gentle. It has very sensitive skin. He's told me. So
He does.
Now that won't get in his eyes and make his eyes.
Well, I'll make it a point.
Is this where I quietly switch places with you, Brenda, and Pat doesn't know I'm rubbing his face?
I'm sorry, my hands.
Yeah, no, that's not so
Chip,
dripping.
come touch my face, Chip.
And those aren't my hands.
You're going to start dripping stuff? Hot candle wax? What are you doing?
Now, is he going to be able to talk during this after you?
He's falling asleep. What are you talking
This is really nice. I mean, this is probably one of the best things I've ever done.
We're all going to give you the mark of the mushroom.
Sounds good. So give me the rum and helmet.
His pants. It looks like he's aroused. I think it's just an illusion. No, it's a genie weenie.
I think it's
No, it's my quads. You got to remember, my quads are so big, everything sits atop the mountain.
That's right.
everything.
So you're saying big mountain, small flag.
Yeah, just like the moon.
Once again, Pat McAfee, NFL kicker, holder, and punter.
Okay. Hot towel.
Hot towel. Hot towel. Hot towel. Hot towel. Hot oil.
Oh, there it is now.
Oh,
Now his face is covered except his nose and his
yeah, you never forget your first.
No. How does that feel, Pat?
You've not had a facial before?
Well, it depends what kind you're talking. This
I see. Wait a
not
minute. What do you guys do on the road?
None of your business. What goes on the road stays on the road.
You've heard of squirting, though, right?
Yup, there we go.
Oh, come on.
I'm just saying.
No, Tom hasn't.
Probably not. Yeah. Oh, that doesn't certainly happen. No,
that can't possibly.
Quiet with their hands full. All I know about facials is eventually someone gets out cucumbers. Is that going to happen? Or are we going to have any of that?
They don't do that.
Cucumber. I'm not ready for that yet.
No.
Start with a something smaller.
Smaller, like a carrot.
Yeah, let's work our way up to the cucumber.
Yeah.
They're supposed to do at home.
So where they close their eyes and they put a cucumber over their eyelids.
Is this your bed here that I'm laying on?
Yeah.
Hell of a table.
Thank you.
Really good table.
Now, Brenda, I know that you operate a legitimate business. Yes, and I feel the need to mention this at this point. But do people ever come to you when you?
Oh, honey, we could write a book.
Do people come in thinking they're going to get a happy ending? I'm getting a vigorous nod from Carrie.
Yeah. We seriously can tell you stories. In the early days when we first opened, 7.5 years ago, yes, we had the callers that we would get, I'd like to get a male Brazilian. Okay, when would you like to schedule that? Do you hold it or do I hold it? And so my response would be, this is what you do at 11 o'clock on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, who knows when the love bug's going to bug?
For future
Come on.
For future reference, the proper question is this a full service shop, right? That's the way we go about it.
That's a tasteful way to do it, right?
Full service.
Seriously, that's the code? Full service massage means happy ending?
Well,
that's my massage therapist. I don't know. Yeah.
I'm sure that's probably much for the massage therapist. I imagine they get that all the time.
I think I had a massage therapist several years ago that said that there are signals, like there's way guys fold their sheet and stuff when you leave the room and you come back in. Seriously, like.
What
is it, in an arrow to his
That's where you hit the arm and then rub your hand across the chest. It's not the butt signal, but it's.
I would think they'd also do the famous towel trick. Where you walk in.
No, see, they're laying down.
They're laying down on the table.
You can't walk in
anywhere.
Walking in.
Hey, I understand I paid for a massage. You missed one body part.
Hello, Graber. How's the farm?
Good, Carl. Good to see you. Oh, wait a minute, Carl. I see Fritz is here waiting to talk with me.
Okay, Graber. I'll just stand here and wait.
Hi, Fritz. I'm talking to Carl right now. Can you wait for a moment?
You're fine, Graber. I'll just stand here.
Okay, Carl. Now, verbally.
Call waiting. Another new world convenience from the old world minds at Amish Bell. Remember, we take Visa, quilts, and cheese. Amish Bell, leading you into the 19th century.
Good morning, sunshine.
Bob and Tom 24/7, 24/7, 24/7, 24/7.
Oh,
more power to him. Can you get that?
Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, fellas.
Oh, hey, Floyd.
I've enjoyed your colon blasting program.
Oh, good.
Well, it's not us.
Talking about the people doing crazy things. That old boy is claiming he's going to marry Tetris. Reminds me of a fellow semi-truck driver I used to work with. His CB handle was Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
It's been a few years ago. He's all about the video games, and boy, he went nuts being on the road by himself and claimed he wanted to marry Miss Pac-Man.
Oh.
But he didn't go through with it. He got cold feet.
Did he?
He was afraid to walk down the aisle. You want me to tell it again?
That was very good.
My best friend Jack fell from his ladder, drunk as a skunk at his work one day, broke his back, bruised his bladder, switched to beer, now he's okay. Grandma Thelma beat up me auntie, all liquored up on the lawn one day, so we took away her box of Chianti, switched to beer, now she's okay. Honey, get your head to clear, switch to beer, switch to beer. You don't have to go to AA, switch to beer, you'll be okay. Father McFeely said a sorry mass, 3 sheets to the wind at his church one day, pinched an altar boy on the ass, switched to beer, now he's okay. Yeah. Some tart broke my heart and set me free, so I drank straight gin for a year one day. Woke up in a rehab facility, switched to beer, now I'm okay. Honey, get your head to clear, switch to beer, switch to beer. You don't have to go to AA, switch to beer, you'll be okay.
Bravo. Bob and Tom 24/7. Not on air, online, all the time.
Bars that are coming up.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hi, Chick.
There's Josh Arnold.
Chickster, how the heck are you?
Super.
Okay, good.
There's Ace Cosby. Hey. I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold. Hello, Tom.
I'd like to amend the introductions.
Yes?
By saying that in the last couple of weeks we have declared Josh King idiot. Although apparently...
I thought I abdicated my...
Did you abdicate?
I thought the king is dead. Long live the king.
Yeah, apparently somehow I inherited the crown.
Yeah.
I like that it's a floating title.
Uh-huh. We haven't had Queen Idiot yet, Christy. Say something dumb.
Everything I say is dumb.
That's not true. She hasn't done it yet.
You will.
But we've got our eye on it.
Yeah. If the word municipal is in the news.
You said I do. That wasn't dumb, right?
No.
That wasn't
dumb. A smart decision.
Thank you, Pat.
3 weeks married. That's pretty cool.
How many times have you been married?
Twice.
Really? Okay. Okay.
4 years and 8 months.
Total?
No, 4 years the one and then 8 months.
Oh.
Pretty good, right?
Oh, wow. But Mr. McGee has a new nickname. He does. No longer the sports doctor.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
He has been declared...
Big Party.
Big Party. Oh, Big Party. Yeah, I forgot all about that.
Are you going to be Big Party this weekend?
Forgot all about that. Yeah, Big Party. Wall-to-wall Big Parties. Yeah. Hell yeah.
I'm detecting...
You know that, yeah.
A lack of party.
Hey, speaking of parties... a Big Party would actually love to have Snoop Dogg come over to the house. You know that.
Yeah.
Well, Snoop Dogg
loves you, dude.
Snoop Dogg and Petco have combined for an ad campaign which Snoop plays the human version of a Doberman Pinscher. Well, he kind of looks like a Doberman.
They kind of did that in one of his videos back in the day.
Yeah.
Sort of morphed.
where he uses Petco to give his picks for treats, toys, and beds for puppy dogs.
Aww.
It's a 30-second spot released by Petco. The 51-year-old rapper wonders, as the ultimate dog, D-O-G-G, if he feels so good because of Petco keeping... I'm sorry, hang on. Petco keeping me healthy for less money? Before quipping, wait, what's money? Because he's
a dog.
And then he says, oh, a bird. And he looks out the window. Petco added Snoop's familiar pet persona is the epitome of health thanks to the high-quality yet wallet-friendly nutritional supplies and care he gets from Petco. And it is reminiscent of Snoop's 1993 music video, Who Am I?, when he morphed into a Doberman on his debut album, Doggy Style.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
The Doberman was on the cover, right? I thought. Maybe.
Like a cartoon version kind of thing, and then, he definitely does in the video.
That was a Snoop Doggy Dog.
Snoop Doggy Dog. Oh,
very good.
Yeah! Very good, Ace.
Nice.
Oh, man, that stuff was great. I'm a fan of Petco.
Yep.
And I was there. I have an etiquette question for all of you.
Okay.
2 registers open. It's pretty busy. Now, what has happened is there's a single line that has formed in front of both registers.
Yes.
Okay? And so you wait there, and when you see that one of the registers is open, you leave that line and you go to one of the registers.
Of course. Right.
The lady behind me, I'm next. The lady behind me decides that the guy in one of the registers is being checked out faster than the other, goes into that register line.
No.
And tries to start 2 lines as opposed to the single that's already been formed.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I out loud said, oh, is that what we're doing? And I got no response. Because I feel she broke the contract.
Of course she did.
That we all agreed upon as we were standing in line.
Yep.
Where do you guys stand?
No, I agree with you.
And she was right, man. She checked out like 5 minutes before I ever got out of there.
Oh.
She made, like, on her part, it was the totally right move.
I'm a huge fan of the self-checking now.
Sure, that was not an option.
Yeah, that's not an option there.
But I really felt like she had broken the rules.
Yeah, nobody wants to follow rules anymore, anywhere. Yeah.
What should I have hit her?
No, you shouldn't have hit her.
And I'm talking about like with a big squeak toy or something.
Checked her into the board.
Headbutt. Excuse me, ma'am, and just headbutt her right.
What about cats? What's the etiquette with cats at a dog store?
I've never seen
pet
one.
store, if you will.
What?
I've never seen that either.
You mean
you always see dogs at the pet store
Always,
walking around with their owners.
That's fine.
I love it.
You ever see a cat owner walking around with a cat on
I
a
have
leash?
not.
Have you ever? Very rarely do you see a cat on a leash.
Chicken, Your Honor, I'm going to take my cat to a pet store.
Oh my God!
Really?
I look forward to reading the news story.
I just hope it ends with the phrase "wrestled to the ground." Area man and pet cat causes.
Yeah, cats are a little too unpredictable, I think, when it comes to that kind of environment.
Have you ever tried to put Gravy on a
leash?
Explain that Gravy's the name of his cat, please. Because many people were thinking, have you ever tried to put Gravy on your Rice Krispies?
Who would put Gravy on a leash?
No, you know what? It's his fault he named the cat Gravy. Okay.
I just want to be there the night that he's running around trying to find his lost cat.
It happened.
Running down the street going, Gravy! And one of your neighbors is going, oh, El Gordo's looking for food again.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, you lost her one morning, right?
Yeah. I woke up and the basement door was just open. And she was out there in the rain. And I walk around calling her name. And I had her little toy, jingling that.
She was out there having the time of her
Please
life.
tell me you were naked. And then the neighbor's going, I didn't know he did meth.
Gravy.
I've not put Gravy on a leash, no. Did you know somebody with a cat?
My aunt tried that.
Cats don't care for it, for the most part.
The cat that I brought back from Italy, one of them, she had Puff, the white one. And Puff would sit at the windows up in Harbor Springs and look at the chipmunks out there.
Sure.
And start making that sound. That.
Oh, yeah, some do that, yeah.
Practicing their kill bite.
Then he'd get outside and he would he would catch lots of
Man,
chickens.
I wish I had a chipmunk catching cat.
Gravy does love dogs, though. She loves them.
Does she?
Yeah.
My neighbor has, she'll put her on a leash outside.
Oh, yeah, some cats are fine with it.
Yeah.
But
Some cats don't care for it.
yeah, no. They'll claw you.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, coming up in the world of sports, we have
world records.
Yeah,
a gross world record and a stupid world.
A gross one.
Gross and
is the Al Pacino thing? Is that a world record?
83?
83.
I doubt it. Oh, no.
I can't imagine.
Yeah, I'll look it up, but I don't think.
It might be up there, though, but it's...
Celebrity-wise, it probably is.
Yeah, it could be.
And is it true that he had her take a DNA test?
That was the rumor, yeah.
And apparently, I looked it up, Pat, they're in love.
Okay.
Oh, the 29-year-old.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Take the test! Take the test!
Give me all you got! That's Al Pacino.
I don't want to on the phone.
I heard he found out that he walked up to Fredo and gave him a kiss. I know it was you, Fredo.
Guinness Book of World.
What accent is that?
You broke my heart.
Is that the Latvian presentation of The Godfathers?
Of course.
I know it was you, Fredo.
It was dubbed into Latvian.
According to the Guinness Book of World Records, the oldest father is an Australian gent who fathered his 9th child at 92.
Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Still got time, Tom.
Please beat that record.
Well, I've got to get to 92 first.
You're already there, man. You got it. You got it.
Oh, you got
In the bag.
So far, that was the hardest part. This is all down.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all coming up. Right now, I want to talk to you about, if you see me walking my dogs, you'll see I've got those Raycon earbuds in.
Yeah, you do.
They're the best. They are the best. This is real Tom talking. I'm telling you, I lost the charger cord for my Raycons, so I had to use the old ones that came with the phone for a while and suck. They were terrible. They don't want to bind with your, what's the word I'm looking for, when you pop the Raycons in right away, they hook up to your phone.
They sync.
Sync. Thank you very much. Say it in English.
Yeah.
And they're the best. They sound great. They keep the rest of the sounds out. Tell me more, Chick McGee.
It's crucial to get the highest quality at the best price, and that's where Raycon wireless earbuds come in. Raycon's mission to prove you shouldn't have to pay an arm and a leg for quality sound and essential smart tech listening features. With Raycon, you can get a pair and a spare and still pay less than you would with some of those other big-name techie brands out there. Raycon knows that in this economy, you got to keep your eye on the bottom line. Raycon offers buy now, pay later options. They have an easy and free return guarantee. They offer free domestic shipping and flat fee international shipping. And they have over 50,000 five-star reviews. And Raycons, of course, have 8 hours of playback time, crystal clear call quality, and Raycons are water and sweat resistant. Go to buyraycon.com/Tom today. Hell, right now, get 15% off your Raycon order, that already low Raycon price. That's buyraycon.com/Tom. Score 15% off your Raycon purchase. That's buyraycon.com/Tom.
If you're out there blow drying the pool deck, you want to, oh, wait a minute. What's the word I'm looking for? Not blow drying. Leaf blowing. There you go. Sorry. Yeah, if you're blow drying the pool deck,
that is a special kind of OCD.
That's a long day.
I don't like my hair wet. I just don't.
Yeah, pop in the Raycons, crank them up, and get the wireless leaf blower. I love mine. Coming up, we're going to talk with comedian Roy Wood Jr. Certainly looking forward to that. We've got a couple cool world records on the way, and body in the news. Naked body in the news. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
What we gonna do? I think we're gonna do a little song. All right. About your britches, baby.
About your britches.
About your britches. 1, 2, 3. Monday, Tuesday, hump day is halfway. Stick it in the pig, pop it in the bank. Saturday's coming quicker than a thing. 48 I'm coming in my pants, my shirt, and my best suit, baby. Gonna pick your flower, gonna be there in an hour. Coming in my pants, shine shoes, and my necktie, honey. I'm so excited, I hope that I don't come. I can't move on, attention is long gone. Snoop Dogg plays while it's in shape. The only thing left is a little manscape. 20-foot rendezvous. I'm gonna blow a wad on you. I'm coming in my pants, my shirt, it's my best suit, baby. Gonna pick your flower, gonna be there in an hour. Coming in my pants, shine shoes, and my necktie, honey. I'm so excited, I hope that I don't come Gonna blow a wad on you. 20-foot rendezvous. I'm gonna blow a wad on you. I'm coming in my pants, my shirt, it's my best suit, baby. Gonna pick your flower, gonna be there in an hour. Coming in my pants, shine shoes, and my necktie, honey. I'm so excited, you know. I'm coming in my pants, my shirt, it's my best suit, baby. Come in my I'll pick your flower, gonna be there in an hour. Coming in my pants, shine shoes, and my necktie, honey. I'm so excited, you know. I can't wait, baby. I'm so excited, you know. I can't wait, baby. I'm so excited. I hope that I don't come soon.
Fantastic.
Here come the mummies.
Dwight Slade is our guest.
But I've been fired from every job I've ever had. That's true. I've never been.
Have you really?
Yes. Personal record: 3 hours at Kentucky Fried Chicken. That's right. I got a plaque from the Colonel. I was 18. They hired me as a cashier. That's smart. Let's take an aspiring comedian and put him in between fat people and their food. What could go wrong? I'm there 3 hours. This guy comes walking up to the counter. Yeah, what's the difference between your 2-piece dinner and your 4-piece dinner? Well, let's take a look at it. Let me get out my calculator. I have to log on to the internet here. Wonder if it could be 2 pieces of chicken. Wonder if that could be it. Wonder if you could have figured that out if you sat in a honey pot like Pooh Bear and think, 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 think. Fired.
With us in the studio, comedian John Garrett. You have a straight job? I mean, like a normal day-to-day thing?
Yeah, I actually do. I'm actually a CPA, believe it or not. Yeah, and
that spells party.
Yeah, it does. Most people think CPAs are hysterical. Yeah. No, of course not. We're dorks, big dorks. But and honestly, on behalf of all accountants out there, I'd like to say that we don't all do taxes. Some of us prefer to embezzle. It's much more lucrative. I read recently Willie Nelson wrote a song called Whatever Happened to Peace on Earth as his little protest to the war in Iraq. And my immediate thought was, why does he care? It's not like it's his tax dollar being put to use. I mean, I think the U.S. government should write a song called "Whatever Happened to Willie's 1040." Yeah, there's a tax joke for the accountants. Woo!
Hey, guy, it's Kid Tarmac. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Take that to the bank.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin.
Hey, Chick.
Hey, there's Josh Arnold.
Hi there.
There's Ace Cosby.
Howdy.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold, who says he has a surprise for us.
I do.
Okay.
Very excited about this.
Ooh.
Lobster.
Lobster.
Buy him a lobster, will you?
Well, Ace.
It was National Lobster Day yesterday. We missed it.
We missed it.
That's because you didn't tell me until we were already here. Maybe next year, give me a little warning. We'll maybe work out.
Don't tell him that. Now he's going to.
Look at Wagyu Beef Day.
Is there a Wagyu beef day?
Oh, God, I hope not.
See, we could do lobsters in the big green egg.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be good. Oh, yeah. No, give me some warning, Ace, and next year I'll make that happen. But it's my understanding that we are about to have a really nice surprise. So,
Okay.
And, wait a minute. We can't do it 'cause this is going on.
Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, everybody, it's Ed Septic, Ed Septic Service and Supply.
Hi, Ed.
Ed.
As you know, Sunday's Farters Day.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's a little inside joke in the business. Father's Day is bound to bring big, bold backups and bold blowouts, so y'all better be handy with the plungers, all I'm saying.
All right.
Yep, Father's Day and Thanksgiving, the two holidays a plumber never gets to enjoy. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm a few fellas short down at the shop with all these insurrection charges being handed down. So this Saturday, I'm having a hiring fair.
Yeah.
Yep, what I'm looking for, I got enough captains. Now I need a few solid number twos to really impact our team. You know, a couple of peons do all the grunt work. I'll hire convicts, weirdos, dopers, thieves, pretty much everyone, even women, Christy. Steelers fans need not apply, but that goes without saying. And don't worry, if you apply in the next 72 hours, I'm waiving all drug tests and background checks. Plus, I offer a showing up on time bonus. You show up on time, I give you a bonus of not firing your ass. Starting pay, $18 an hour. No, I'll pay up to $36 an hour if you got a clean driving record to drive the rest of these dopers I got working here to the job site. Speaking of which, the other day, had a fella come in for an interview reeking of the marijuana.
Oh, boy.
Sits down. I was like, boy, you been smoking the weed? You smell like weed. He looks me right in his eye. Goes, no, I hit a skunk on the way to the interview.
Oh.
Hired him right on the spot. I like a guy who's a quick thinker. Anyway, this Saturday, come on down to Ed Septic, Septic Sewage and Supply. I'll be giving interviews right there on the spot from 8:30 to 4:30. We're located right across the parking lot from the old burned-down O'Charlie's. So give your dad the Father's Day present he wants the most. Your lazy ass finally getting a job. Happy Father's Day, everybody.
You too, Ed.
Thanks,
My
Ed.
gosh.
That's Ed Septic. Remember, he won't try to sleep with your wife. Wow. Well, a lot of truth in that phone call.
You don't see a lot of lady plumbers, do you?
Well, there was the famous one.
Who was the famous one?
Remember the TV commercial had the famous lady plumber?
I don't remember that one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't either. Do you, Dean? Dean does.
He does. He remembers her.
Yeah, she was a pretty well-known comic actress, too.
Okay.
It was the Ann Miller. Am I remembering that right?
I'm sorry I brought it
baby
up.
Ann Miller.
Yeah, maybe it looked like I forget.
What decade?
A while back.
60s, 70s.
70s,
sure.
probably. Yeah. Yesterday, I took the two little girls to the cafeteria for dinner. And it's kind of an older crowd there.
Oh, yes.
I like to go after the rush is over at 4:30.
Yeah.
And it's always fun. It's always fun.
They still have the Jack Benny plate, right?
Oh, they do. But and they love it because they can see what they're going to get.
Sure.
Yeah, they pick out their desserts.
And they always get the Jell-O, which they never eat. They just play with it. But it's a big decision. Do you want the red Jell-O or the blue? Or the? But the reason I bring it up in this context is a couple walked by me that this guy smelled like he had burned a bale of marijuana and hung his clothes in it.
Wow.
Was it an older couple?
No, it was a relatively young couple.
Oh, okay.
Was his tray stacked with food?
Oh, he was on the way, too. I didn't. I was going to say they probably welcomed this guy when he, 2 or 3 entrees.
Boy, that's getting high and going to the cafeteria.
What a great idea, though.
That could be expensive.
It can, yeah.
I love the cafeteria.
I know you do. What'd you get? Roast beef?
I got chicken, actually.
Okay.
That's
all right.
Delightful chicken dish. Mashed potatoes.
Now, are they accosted by many senior citizens coming up to the girls? Oh, look at you.
You honestly want to know what I get?
Yeah.
Because
we
two,
know what you get.
These 2 girls were ages 6 and 7.
Oh.
And I got the... Well, look, it must be Grandpa's day with the grand.
Yeah. But you said the girls love that, don't they?
Oh, they find that hilarious. That's right. I'm an older fella.
Do
I
you
do
correct them or you just smiling?
No, I don't. Why bother? It's, just finish your Jell-O, mister. And when you're done, put your teeth back in, will you? It was Josephine, the plumber, for Comet. Thank you.
That's
How
right.
about that?
Yes.
Man, Comet.
And she does look like Ann Miller.
Right? Is she chubby-cheeked and the whole thing? Yeah.
I think Comet is really effective. Just that powder. You just
that and Barkeeper's Friend.
Hang on a second. Is that right?
I'm with Josh on this.
I do.
Wow.
I am a big Barkeeper's Friend fan. Yeah.
I have my gloves, my rubber gloves, and my stick with the brush thing on it.
My stick with the brush thing on it.
That heavy brush.
For the what? What are you cleaning?
My sink.
Stick with the brush.
The toilet
Why do you
brush.
need
He
a
means the toilet brush.
Oh. No, it's not. It's just a heavy brush. Yeah.
Oh.
I do dishes with a brush, too. I like to really.
Do you bathe with a brush like in those old cartoons? The guy has the back scratch.
I
like
do.
The
Those old
you do?
westerns.
I do.
That's awesome.
No, I don't.
Absolutely. You don't like your back scratch? How does your back get clean?
The 300-degree water that is on it for 10 minutes.
It seems a little high.
No, I like it hot.
I love Comet. I could talk about it all day. I don't keep it in the refrigerator anymore, though.
Why would you keep it in the refrigerator?
I was told that, the caustic of icity of the chemicals is better in the cold.
Are you kidding?
What? Are you serious?
Ever since I mistook it for the Parmesan cheese.
Did you notice all your lunch meat was starting to taste a little comedy?
I just wanted to get to that Parmesan cheese.
That's a fine joke. For a second, I was going, this is the kind of insane thing I would do. Keep Comet in the
I
refrigerator.
knew baking soda.
Yeah, you put baking soda in your refrigerator.
Yeah, I don't.
Significantly different.
How many times does that happen to you? You lose something, you find it in the refrigerator. Does it happen every day
No,
for you?
no, just on occasion.
Yeah.
You lose something in the refrigerator. How's that happen?
You get
Who knows how the
distracted.
There's the second dog.
Stay. An interesting story coming up about Bonnaroo, the music festival. And did you guys spot this yesterday?
No, I'm not aware of it. Is it going on right now?
Yeah. One of my sons, Sam, is at Bonnaroo.
Oh, okay.
He loves going.
I don't understand what this is, to be honest. I don't know that.
It's a festival where they have a lot of music.
Not that.
Oh.
The story. We'll get to it. You know what
Josh.
Bonnaroo is.
By the way,
Not Queen Idiot.
Christy, that is a great color on you. You look lovely today.
Thank you.
Sort of a sherbet?
Well, salmon.
Coral?
Oh, salmon sherbet. Doesn't that sound good?
It's probably out
They
there.
have salmon mousse.
Sadly. We're going to get back to the sports page before we have this Bonnaroo update.
Stupid world record.
Is this the gross one or the dumb one?
Gross one.
Okay.
Well, you decide.
All right.
It's the world's largest and heaviest kidney stone.
Oh, no.
Oh, I saw the picture of this.
It was identified by a urological team. Doctors in Sri Lanka removed it from a retired soldier. According to Guinness, Mr. Canistus Kuhn, Coonghe.
I think it'd be Kung.
Kung?
Or hard G, I think.
Suffered from a kidney stone measuring 5.3 inches in length and 4.1 inches wide.
Oh, man.
Surpassing the previous record of 5.11 inches.
I'm guessing he didn't pee it out.
I was going to say, he didn't pass
This guy
that
must
one.
have a Pringles can for a male member. That is, hello.
Yes, it's larger than your actual kidney, weighing at 1.76 pounds. It also broke the record for the world's heaviest kidney stone.
Yikes.
It's the same weight as 5 baseballs.
Whoa!
There's a guy holding it.
Way to bring that
It
home.
looks like he's holding a brown grapefruit.
It's disgusting. Yeah, it really is.
And it's really gross looking.
Like a huge avocado pit.
Oh, God.
Is Mr. Coon okay?
Despite the blockage, 62-year-old kidney still functioning normally and reportedly recovering well.
Thank goodness. Have you guys had one?
No.
No.
Do you remember this? I'm going to get this wrong, but William Shatner had one and he auctioned it off.
Oh, my God.
This was years ago. I remember he got 5 figures for it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, what?
Yeah, that was, I'll have to Google it, but they say the passing one is the equivalent of childbirth. I think that may be overstating it.
It may be, but it's got to be excruciating.
Well, for this one, it's bigger than a grapefruit.
No, they had.
That's nuts.
In fact, I love the way this article begins. It was identified by a urological team. This thing is so big, NASA could have identified this thing. Yikes.
I bet he feels so much better.
Yeah.
Man.
Anyway, it's gross. So that's the gross one, I hope?
Yes, this is the stupid one.
World record.
A speed cuber has broken the Guinness World Record for the fastest time to solve a Rubik's Cube. 21-year-old Max Park achieved the record of a time 3.13 seconds, shaving 0.34 seconds off the previous record. Max holds several other speed cubing records. He has jointly held the Rubik's Cube record along with Timon Kolosinski of Poland until it was broken earlier this year by 9-year-old Ying Wang from China.
3.13 seconds.
Right.
All right.
I could barely pick it up.
In 3 seconds.
Yeah. I mean, how fast are his fingers moving?
Oh, they're fast.
Fast. Yeah.
I bet Christy wants to see the video.
Yeah, well.
No, I don't want that
probably,
fast.
3.13 seconds is probably the time it's going to take this kid to arrive the first time he sees a vagina.
What's that?
Oh, my God.
Forget these things. I want to solve that.
Is there a product called Rubik's Lube? Would that be a viable?
What would that be for?
Why would you put
You have to
Rubik's
get it
Cube
open
up?
before the erection goes away?
Yeah.
Something like that?
To get the lube open, you have to, solve a puzzle.
Well, sorry, honey, not going to happen tonight. Again, will you practice? They had Rubik's triangles and stuff for a while, didn't they? Pyramids and...
Well, they have like 8
by 8 instead of 3 by 3.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I've never been able to figure it out. I know
there is a trick to it.
Yeah, but you have to be able to think ahead, which I can't do.
No, you don't. There's it's drawn up reasonably plain as day here on the internet this morning. It's one to the left, back to the middle, one to the right with it for like 17 times, and you're done.
Do you own one?
I don't.
No,
This guy's 20.
I used to know the trick though.
21 years old, Max
a long time ago.
Park, 3.13 seconds. And that's absolutely amazing.
I remember it was an SNL sketch that was Rubik's Grenade, and you had to you removed the pin, and then you had to quickly solve it before it went off.
Great. Man, I wonder how long it'll take this kid to get a bra off a woman.
Probably not long.
Probably not.
If he's got those active fingers, might be.
Yeah.
Dexterity.
Yeah.
Ace, how are you at removing a brassiere?
Not good.
No, really? You struggle, do you?
Well, the back loaders. Front loaders?
Well, yeah.
Did you have to remove it or you just tell her? Baby,
well, you have to say, it's time.
It's time. And then she knows what to do with it.
Or do a bra off, and it just pops off. Pat, are you any good at it?
Nope. I struggle.
Man, once you, it's got to be similar to the Rubik's Cube. Once you figure it out, you're good to go, I think.
I'm the world champion.
I know you are, man. You're...
but times were different.
Yeah, you demonstrated that many, many times.
Yep.
Won't be doing that again. Okay, now, coming up, we have, it's not really a sports story because a guy gets, it involves a golf course. But
Yeah, I didn't give this to Chip.
Yeah, it really isn't a sports story. Also, we have a really interesting thing coming up about people who work remotely and what they're doing at home.
I think we have time for this story, though. The sex doll story, don't we?
Well, I wanted to do something else because I wanted to get back to this Al Pacino thing.
Yeah. Al Pacino had his baby at the age of 83. Apparently, his girlfriend, 29-year-old Noor Al-Fala, welcomed the son named Roman. No other details have been given. Al has a 33-year-old daughter and 22-year-old twins. But now he's the father of, and I was wrong. 96 is the world's oldest father.
Ooh.
I read more about it during the break. 96 gentleman fathered a child, yes.
Was he even around for the first birthday?
I did not read that far.
Wow, okay. Well, Pat had indicated to me that he had a tribute to Mr. Pacino and his...
Al had a baby. What a crazy way of saying he still loves the hoo-ha. Say hello to his little baby. The mom is 29. Pacino's way past 80. De Niro's having a kid at 79. Godfathers and Goodfellas still having one hell of a time making those babies and doing more bad movies to pay for the brand new babies. Al had a baby. Check the DNA to make sure it's his baby gravy. Al had a baby. Congratulations, Al. He and I know each other.
Oh, very good. Remiss if we didn't congratulate our own Chris Bangle of the staff. He and his wife had a lovely son.
Nobody cares.
Matthew, yesterday.
His wife had the baby.
Well, yes.
And they named the baby...
Matthew Christopher.
I wrote him a note saying a lot of people that have a child named Matthew use the nickname Tom.
Isn't that nice?
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
Have you seen pictures of the baby?
Yeah, cute.
Clearly not Chris's.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of baby gravy test, my God.
Oh.
Okay, good.
Oh, no, this is just gravy.
Okay. Oh, thank you.
You guys are awful.
Yeah, now he'll be really mad.
No, he won't.
Okay.
Chris.
Yeah,
Reagan, she's.
We have the audio from this Rubik's Cube guy.
What?
This is audio of the Rubik's Cube.
How is there audio?
Is it just, you just hear...
Yeah, it's going to hear clack, clack,
Here we
clack,
go.
clack, clack.
It's, again, the record is 3.13 seconds.
Why are we playing this?
It's exciting. Here we go.
Okay.
That was nothing.
Sound like pickleball.
Nothing. Yep.
Tom said exciting.
A big nothing.
No, that was nothing.
That wasn't your surprise, was it?
No, my surprise was Ed Septic. And Ed Septic is having a job fair.
Oh.
Remember Ed Septic's waving he's waving all drug
We
tests.
promise we'll come back with something.
Because as Christy said, what we just did was...
Nothing.
This is the sound of a kid picking up a Rubik's Cube.
Solving it
No,
in
all you hear is
3.1.
background noise.
The video's interesting. I've seen that.
Oh,
the audio, no.
There we go.
I'll have to tell that to Franklin Roosevelt.
Maybe we're wrong. Can we hear it again real quick?
Fireside chats. There was no video. I couldn't see the president. Oh, then I'm so sorry. Here's the audio again.
Am I wrong?
Isn't that crowd of nerds going crazy?
Herd of nerds.
Okay, well, thank you very much for finding that. We will be right back. Coming up, we're going to talk with comedian Roy Wood Jr. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
For a complete copy of the Bob and Tom...
I had a moment where my girlfriend thought she was pregnant. And by the way, if ladies, if you suspect that you're pregnant, tell the guy during the day. Don't wait until you're about to go to sleep.
Oh.
Because that's what she did. She's like, I have a cramp. I might be pregnant. Good night. I'm like, no. Good night. I don't think so. I go, well, let's find out. Well, what are you going to do? So I, hauled butt to Walmart.
Yep.
And
Got a test.
got myself a little test.
Doctor in a box. Yeah, I know.
2 o'clock in the morning. And of all the times to get recognized, You know, I walk into Walmart in the night shift. Yeah, Fluffy. I'm like, oh, great. What do you need? A miracle.
All right, here's some tickets to a Grateful Dead concert. Right.
So I found the aisle where they sell the pregnancy test, and I realized something. Walmart has figured out the evolution of how life works, and they put it in aisle 4. As soon as you turn the corner, you see condoms. Then you see lubricant. The next to the lubricant, you see pregnancy tests. The next to that, you see Pampers. Next to that, formula. And at the end of the aisle, they sell beer. It's a full circle.
Hey man, it's Donnie Baker. Guess what? I saved up some money and bought this new badass spy camera. I swear to God I did. Check this thing out. Perfect. Office supplies. Man, you can do a billion things with stuff. Staple remover, notepads. Looks like we got some erasers. There's over 1 million textiles in here. What? Oh, I have an idea. I swear to God, I just hit the jackpot. I learned this from my mom, Phyllis. See, you take the Post-it note, which appears to be just a common Post-it note. Then you take your pot you keep in a Parmesan cup. Put your pot right here in the middle, and automatically you got free rolling papers. I swear to God, man. Once you inhale the adhesive, oh, you'll get people hooked. It's like a Fortune 500 buzz. This will be the next plot line on Breaking Bad 4. Well, let's get to work. Hey, man.
Hey, Donnie. I don't think you're supposed to be back here.
It's okay, man. I shut the door. Look, I come loaded for bear. I know how much you like this stuff. Don't start tweaking. I made these myself with Post-it notes. Here's your free one.
It's sticky.
Well, how else you think you're supposed to get hooked on it, Dick? Go ahead and hit it with a lighter, and this will keep you from snorting that Scotch tape at Christmas time. But wait, I want payment now. I want my payment now. $20 like usual.
I don't have any cash. You take credit card?
Yeah, what am I going to do with that? Run it up the crack of my ass? There's your other joint.
Come on, Donnie.
I gotta go.
Occasionally, I will sing in my stand-up act if I'm talking about a particular band thing. Like right now, I have I kind of talk about the fact that grunge STP is getting back together. Scott Weiland.
Yeah, sure.
So I kind of do a mild dancing impersonation of him to prove that you have to be on heroin to dance like that. And the fact that he's actually our generation's Keith Richards. If you've noticed, nothing will kill him. He's been kicked out of 2 bands because they thought he was going to die, and then he didn't die. He's still alive. And I hear him, and they're like, whatever. Let's record another album. Who cares?
I like their music. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think we can all agree that that grunge is the one good thing that AIDS gave us. I think you can pretty much argue that. If you really, nothing explains the biggest left turn in the history of music like AIDS, because it literally was like 1 week we were like, don't want nothing but a good time. AIDS, I seem to recognize your face. Pour some sugar on me. AIDS. Me. You tell
John Evans, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Now, Rick, you've got your stepdaughter. How old is she now? 9?
She's 7.
7.
Ooh. 7 and will you stop? 7. I can't even have. See, I know I have 2 girls. It's obvious to me I'm being repaid for years and years of sexist behavior. Right? The zigs of the tables are turned, and now I'm the sweaty, palpitating dad, the kid at the door, knock, knock. Hi, Mr. Schrader, here to pick up my, I like your daughter very much. I own a van. Oh, God. It has the Kama Sutra bookmobile with it. Benoit balls hanging off the rearview mirror. I love poontang painted on the side. Oh, great. I guess I got a few years to relax.
Yeah, you got a few.
As long as she's still, eating her boogers.
Morning laughter just might be the best medicine.
If you want to turn your daddy parts orange, eat some Cheetos and watch some porn.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Dave Cooperman is here with us.
Hey, how are you?
I'm great.
Dave, a young guy, young comedian, good-looking guy, married man, I understand.
I am.
How's that going?
Right now, we're working on having kids and stuff.
Cool.
But we're having some trouble, and
she's blaming me because she's not getting pregnant. And I'm like, honey, you realize we actually have to have sex, okay? Screwing with my head will not make you pregnant. How many times I got beat the point home? So we're thinking about, we're talking about kids. Even naming the kid is a challenge if we have one. I want my kid to know he's both Jewish and Chinese. The best I've come up with so far is cha-ching. Maybe lump sum.
Can I say something about driving on the highway, first of all?
Sure, yeah.
People got to focus. It's scary out there.
Amen.
I was on the highway. A guy next to me is texting while he's driving.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, look at this son of a... And then I hit a car. So I think
it's dangerous.
I think he won that round.
Game, set, match, yeah.
Accident next to me, LOL.
Exactly.
OMG.
How can you text and drive?
WTF.
No, I see it all the time.
I can barely see the letters anyway.
I drove by I told you this. I drove by a lady with a book open on her steering wheel.
Reading.
And eating a pizza. Tell me, wait a minute.
You know what?
Pizza. It's an old Eskimo trick of how to catch a polar bear. Now, what you do is you go cut a hole in the ice, right? And then you take little peas and you place them strategically 4 inches apart all the way around the hole, right? And a polar bear will crawl up and he'll look at it in very much curiosity as what is going on there. Now, when he bends over to take a pee, you kick him in the ice hole.
Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night.
Really? No, seriously. Really?
Bob and Tom.
This show.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin.
Hey, Chick.
There's Ace Cosby. There's Josh Arnold.
Chickster.
I'm Chick McGee. And here's Tom Griswold. Hello, Tom.
And the question is, where is the King Idiot crown right now?
Well, I think he's speaking.
Oh, thank you.
Oh.
There he is, right there.
Still sporting it.
God, I have a nice idea here. We yesterday we had a fun show. We had the folks from the Big Green Egg make some delicious beer can chicken with the help of Jess Hooker. It was really cool and fun. Someone has suggested this for a themed show.
All right.
Denzel writes, can we get Ace drunk one morning and have him do most of the talking?
Oh, God.
How do you feel about that, Ace?
Use some Bloody Marys. And
No, don't. The shrimp contest of 2019, what year was that he lied to all of us?
It was
just wanted shrimp. He's not going to get it. He'll leisurely drink a cocktail, and that'll be it. Well, why are you guys on to him already?
If there are leftovers, I'll take those home.
Leftover booze?
He's not going to be on the air.
I mean, the notion would be have you do like 5 shots the first hour.
Ooh.
That sounds terrible.
I've been drunk on the air twice, right? 2 or 3 times. I think I've done it. Been there, done that.
Yeah, but with Ace.
Outside the calendar thing.
The Advent calendar?
That bit.
Remember you did a shot a day?
Yeah.
Boy,
a couple of those mornings you were like, wow, that
was a mistake.
Yeah, well, there were a couple mornings you decided more than 1 shot was necessary.
Right.
Yeah, that
this would be one of those days.
Kind of backfired. Okay. So you're not in for this idea. Would you want to do that, Ace? We could arrange to have you driven home.
As long as I got safe travel, that's fine.
All right.
We could get you a limo of some sort.
When was the last time you were drunk, Ace?
Probably last weekend.
Oh, wow.
Well, I had some cocktails. I wouldn't call it drunk.
Okay.
Do you guys not remember that one show that he was drunk, but it wasn't on the air?
Oh, I remember.
Standing in the wings, heckling us in Vegas. You don't remember that
I remember that.
You don't remember that show?
Be funny. Be funny.
Yeah.
Very helpful.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Ace, were you drunk by yourself, or was there anyone in attendance at this?
I was alone. I was watching football.
Football?
USFL?
Oh, God, I forgot.
Are we up to a championship on that
Playoffs start
thing
next
yet?
weekend.
Start next weekend what?
For the USFL.
The playoffs or the championship?
Playoffs.
Playoffs.
And the week after is the championship.
I can't name a single team. Can you, Jim?
No. And you would never know they were playing and watching ESPN. I'll tell you that.
I see.
Who's your favorite team?
Birmingham.
Okay.
The Stallions.
They play all the games in Birmingham?
No, they moved around. Actually, the Michigan Maulers play at Ford Field.
No.
Is that right?
Are there people in the stands?
Yeah.
How many?
10.
10,000? No, 10.
No, 10.
Well, nice to know. Well, speaking of Birmingham, We're going to be talking with one of the finest from Birmingham. He is Roy Wood Jr., born and raised in Birmingham. And he's going to be our special guest coming up in about half an hour. So we certainly look forward to talking to Roy Wood Jr. Now, have we completed our sports game?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Okay, all right, here we go then.
This is what you farted for.
Wherever you go, whatever you do, always be a good sport. Christy.
A man in Ireland was looking for golf balls at a Dublin golf club when he was shot by a hunter. According to the Irish Times, police suspect a member of a hunting party saw movement in the dark and fired a shot at what he thought was an animal, but was actually a man in a wetsuit. The man who was wounded in the upper body is expected to survive.
Oh, my upper body.
Though an investigation has been launched into the matter, and authorities believe it was simply an accident.
I'm bleeding. Hello.
There's a couple things about this that are bothering me.
Well, he was looking for golf balls. He was probably in the lake.
Yeah. Who's hunting on a golf course, number one? That seems a little odd.
Well, they were near a golf course, I guess.
Now, is that considered a hole-in-one? He shoots this poor guy. And it's dark?
Yeah. Well, apparently.
So you're hunting in the dark, which is a terrible idea.
Well,
maybe it was dark in the woods where the man was moving.
Yeah, how are you going to sneak up and kill him?
Yeah, I'm wondering about it. Do you yell 4 before you shoot a guy in the golf course? Who did you think he was? What was he hunting? The gill man? Okay, well.
Yeah.
Who knows?
An Illinois man recovering from a self-inflicted gunshot wound after dreaming of shooting an intruder in his home.
No kidding.
Yep. The Lake County Sheriff's Office reports deputies responded to the residence and found the victim, Mark DeCara, with a wound to his leg. An investigation revealed the 62-year-old had dreamt someone was breaking into his home. He retrieved a firearm and shot at who he believed was the intruder.
So this is kind of like sleepwalking.
Yeah. DeCara actually fired and shot himself, which woke him from the dream.
Man, yeah. Aren't you at a point in your life, though, where you hear this story and you go, man, I'd give anything to get that kind of sleep, you know? Man, oh, man. That'd be something else.
Deputies tied a tourniquet to DeCara's leg before he was transported to a hospital for treatment. The 62-year-old, though, now faces charges after deputies learned he had a revoked firearm owner's identification card. It was confirmed, rather, that there was not a burglary attempt at DeCara's residence.
Yeah, but in this guy's defense, it sounds like he was sleepwalking.
He's lucky he didn't shoot his femoral artery down there.
He's lucky in his dream the intruder didn't look like his balls.
Yeah.
I mean, what I know.
2 bald guys broke in.
Our friend, the great comedian Mike Birbiglia, we made a movie about the true story of his. He has a really serious sleepwalking issue, and he famously in the true story sort of jumped through a window at a hotel. Fortunately, it was only 1 story
Second
up.
floor, yeah.
That's scary. Maybe that's why they didn't want this guy to have a gun, because he has.
Maybe.
Wow. I wonder how he shot himself in the leg, though.
I don't know.
Maybe he shot it. Maybe it ricocheted. Well, poor guy. I hope he gets sorted out. And that will wake you up, I'm guessing.
Yeah. I get upset when my alarm goes off.
Yeah.
Can't imagine.
Okay. Coming up, we have an interesting thing. If you're heading to Bonnaroo, there's some instructions coming your way, and a bunch of great bands, of course, at one of the great music festivals happening right now. Also happening, I should point this out. Speaking of Tennessee, Donnie Baker is at Zany's in Nashville tonight and tomorrow. By the way, Willie G and Greg Hahn are at the Caravan in Louisville tonight and tomorrow for some great live comedy. And Mr. Jeff Oskay from our staff, who's going to be joining us a little bit later on, he is Saturday night at the Virginia Theater in Somerset, Kentucky with Reno Collier. So some great live comedy going on out there. Once again, coming up, we have an interesting story about what people are doing while they're supposed to be working at home.
Yeah.
And I think you can guess what might be happening when they're, if you will, on the clock. I'd like to subtract a consonant. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. The show is also out there for you on our YouTube channel. Watch and subscribe.
Hi, man, it's Donnie Baker. Guess what? I saved up some money and bought this new badass spy camera. I swear to God I did. Check this thing out. Man, they got so much stuff in here. This is badass. I swear to God it is. You wouldn't think a radio station have so many pictures. Ah, look. It's Bob and Tom. Man, something about that don't look right. Let's see if we can make it better. One down. Perfect. Hey, Christy.
Hey, what are you doing here, Donnie? You're not allowed back here.
No, it's Homeland Security. I'm supposed to come back here and check you for humps today.
You're not going to get your hands on me.
Okay, if you don't like this one, how about let me use this one? You know, the touch of a wolf is a healing touch.
No.
Oh, better yet, how about fur on fur?
Brian Johnson, first, the lead singer of AC/DC. For those of you who never heard him, he's like a pirate.
Yeah.
Hey, we're going to have a good time tonight, right? Hey, matey, we're going to roast up shore and give him a nice concert. I go down and have it. He can like it. Yeah. He goes.
Sounds like.
He comes and he goes, Jimmy, me son, I'm somewhere in Europe, and someone said that there's a guy named Jimmy Brewer doing the hokey pokey. Because I challenge you to come up on stage with me at the show I'm doing.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, sounds amazing. Right? Sounds amazing.
Right.
We're at a club and he's doing a benefit. And so some of the guys from AC/DC and Deep Purple and all this jazz. And Brian Johnson goes up on stage and we rehearse for about an hour. He's like, okay, I'm going to go out and I'm going to bring you out. And like, are they going to like this? Oh, they're going to love it. They're going to love it. They're going to love it. I said, okay. All right. Well, when do I know to go? The guy will come and he come and get you and you'll be on the side of the stage. He come and get you. All right. So I'm on the side of the stage and I get engulfed in the show. Lights go down. The first song. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, wow. They're playing Shoot to Thrill. The floor is rocking. Next song. Back in black. Wow. Chicks are now climbing men's shoulders. I want a better view. Third song, it's silent for like an hour, for about 3 minutes, and then the bongs of the bell. Bong, bong, I'm playing house bells. Place is ready to riot, and the guy comes and gets me, and he's like, all right, kid, get on the side of the stage. Hokey pokey right after hell's bells. All
right.
I said, no. He's like, yeah, no, they're going to love it. They're going to love it. So I'm literally watching them like, Satan coming to you. Hell's bells. Like, there's no way that puts your left foot in, your left foot out is going to go up.
Oh, my God.
Ass bag.
That's the one.
I love that song.
And we're way too young to waste precious time with dickweed. And you'll know one when you see one, 'cause he'll look a lot like me. Life's too short. Dun, dun, dun. Life's just way too blank and short. Life's too short to hang out with a bunch of ass bags.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
Tommy and I actually met in Ireland at the Cat Laughs Festival.
Really?
We've known each other for a very
some
long
time, huh?
Yes.
Back in the day.
Do you go to Ireland a lot?
I do. Well, my family is actually from Kilkenny, and then they happened to put a festival right in the town, which was highly convenient for me to still go back and visit my.
You actually see relatives.
I do, but like the last time I went, my brother and I got there. My brother and sister went with me, and we went out drinking. We weren't drunk, but we had drank a lot of Guinness, and for whatever reason, I kept seeing a lot of dwarves.
I'm glad you weren't drunk.
And I said to my aunt who lives in the town, I said, hey, is there an inordinate amount of dwarves in this town? And she goes, well, Kathleen, I suppose it would depend on your definition of inordinate. I was like, wow, 38? I don't know, a lot. And she's like, well, there's a leprechaun. Well, I'm like, that's where this whole leprechaun thing got started. People just got hammered in the bar and went, he was magical and he disappeared. No, that was Dave, and he's a dwarf, and he went home. That's all. Paid his tab, walked out for the night. Didn't even do a card trick. Nothing. Just went home.
Also with us in the studio, Matt Fulcheron. Let's see, we know Matt, skateboarder. I don't know anything about you. Married or single?
Oh, I'm really single, man.
Okay.
Well, if your listeners read People Magazine, they probably already know that. You know what I mean?
Oh,
really?
Yeah. Are you in People Magazine?
No, it's a hilarious joke. I'm a comedian. I actually, you guys get it? You get the joke?
I do now.
Good. You might have heard a dial tone. That first joke was off the hook.
That's all right.
You get that one? You get that one? That's the
There we go.
second joke.
There we
All right,
go.
now we're starting to get a feel for my style.
Now we know what's happening.
Do you write these jokes down?
I'm feeling you.
No
need to.
No. Well, actually, I do write all these jokes on deposit slips because they're money in the bank.
No!
Am I right, Chick? Am I right? Go Skins. Go Skins. This is what the show's going to be like tonight.
Wow.
Look out.
Bob and Tom. You can pick your morning radio show, and you can pick your nose.
Check it out.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hey.
There's Pat Godwin.
Hi, Chick.
There's Josh Arnold. Chick. There's Ace Cosby. Hey, I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to talking with comedian Roy Wood Jr. in just a few minutes. Roy is doing a show here and there. He's also, of course, part of the crew at The Daily Show, and he's a veteran stand-up comedian, and he's from Birmingham, Alabama, and for some reason is a Miami Dolphins fan. We'll look forward to talking with Roy Wood Jr. coming up. Right now, we return the microphone to Christy Lee at the news desk.
Bonnaroo organizers are asking festival goers to turn off their iOS collision detection after local authorities received accidental 911 calls. The Manchester Police Department in Tennessee initially tweeted out to Bonnaroo guests that it had responded to multiple accidental 911 calls at the festival. The calls were a result of crash detection mode, a new feature on Apple iPhones, and asked the attendees to deactivate the feature until the end of the festival.
Really?
Remember this? Didn't we have, was it last summer? Wasn't this going off at theme parks because people would get on a roller coaster?
Mm-hmm. Oh, get jostled around.
This is apparently it detects a
An
crash.
accident, if you're in an accident, correct.
So it calls the cops.
Is there moshing going on? Or?
Yep, intense dancing. That's exactly right. Josh. Very good.
Or disgusting hippie sex.
Not all hippie sex is disgusting.
I beg your pardon. I think my buddy Tom is exactly right.
What?
Disgusting.
Smell the patchouli coming from the next tent.
Dirty.
Patchouli and KY.
My goodness.
Patchouli and KY.
You think it's the dancing, huh?
Does KY have a scent?
I don't think it does.
No. You have to know.
Yeah, Ace. Obviously, he's not trying to inflict harm. It would be a potential felony. Ace is registered as a deadly weapon.
What bands are there this year?
Oh, there's some really good bands there.
Foo Fighters, Kendrick Lamar.
There's
one good band so far.
A lot of great bands.
Yep,
one of my sons is there. I'll have him. We'll get a full report.
Oh, Sam?
Yeah, Sam is there. He goes every year. He loves the Bonnaroo.
Well, he's kind of a dirty hippie, isn't he?
No, exactly the opposite.
Yeah, I was going to say, how does he handle that?
He probably takes some. He's this exotic chef. He probably has taking a frozen duck or something. He's
They love him there.
preparing.
There's no way.
He's got
Does he have
eight
a
coolers
tent?
and a tent and a fly.
I'm about to say camper or tent.
Camper, tent, RV.
Tents.
All right.
Oh, I bet he's having a ball.
His wife doesn't go.
Oh, she doesn't?
Really? No.
Oh.
I don't blame her.
Yeah, he goes with one of his buddies.
Oh, are we to that point in the relationship? Is that
that's the beginning of the end right there.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Don't you like it when couples know what they like and don't like and go, honey, just go have a
do
good time?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go to Tennessee where it's hotter than hell, probably going to rain.
Full of bugs.
Dirty hippies next door banging it out. playing crappy music. Hanging up their holy tie-dyed shirts on some string.
That's what you need. You need a good guy trip. When was the last time you had a guy trip?
Him and Pat in London.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was a long time ago.
2005.
We got to see Eric Clapton. Cream.
2005. That's almost 20 years ago.
It was a good trip, though.
Did Ginger Baker cuss out the crowd?
No, this is a true story. When we went to see the Cream reunion, Pat will back me up on this. You know what I'm going to talk about, don't you?
Him doing the merch?
Yeah, Ginger Baker did. It was so funny. They gave him the mic. He's the drummer, if you're not familiar with the band. And Ginger Baker, there's a great documentary about him, by the way.
Beware of Mr. Baker.
Beware of Mr. Baker. He was a very difficult person, but a fine drummer. They gave him the mic, and he does this pitch. Be sure to go to the place up front and buy some shirts. He must have had a piece of the merch.
And Clapton gave him a look.
And it was at the Royal Albert Hall, and the merch area is about the size of a bathroom.
Oh, yeah, those are small hallways and those kind of
it
places.
wasn't.
Yeah, it was real tiny at the Royal Albert Hall.
Yeah.
Did you get a shirt?
No, but I got and I got 2 posters. And
Okay.
Got them framed. They're super cool. We were there. It was amazing.
Yeah, you were.
You still need a good
I remember you were so excited. You said, "Here come the hits." You did like one after the other. Sunshine of Your Love.
Oh, it was amazing.
You should take him fishing, Josh.
Tom, you want to go fishing sometime?
Take
we
him
fish
down to
hard,
the
man. Would you
Ozarks
have the patience?
with the brothers?
You'd love it.
It's like 6 to.
Do
We're out there
Kelly a
for 10
favor.
hours at least, and then we you bring a sandwich.
How good's the cell service?
They can be spotty.
Okay.
Tom, you love to urinate outside?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
plenty of that.
Got that going.
Hide your phone, leave
You
it
could
in
watch
the...
Josh do an aqua dump.
Yeah, thankfully that hasn't happened since the first one, but
Well, okay.
I've learned.
We'll see. So once again, if you're going to Bonnaroo, you're supposed to turn. What's the name of the thing you have to turn off?
collision detection.
Okay, so people are. So there is a mosh pit or something.
Well, yeah, because you're slamming up against each other.
Sounds like fun.
Or they're just.
But Bonnaroo is 24 hours. They have a dance tent and with EMD music.
Music 24 hours?
Yeah.
Yeah, EDM is what you're trying to say, Ace.
Yeah, that stuff is. Those tents get wild.
Yep.
The tents get wild.
Don't they do Molly and stuff in there?
Oh, that's all Molly, baby.
Yeah.
Molly, Sherry,
Oh, yeah, they'll do whoever's up for it.
Any dirty hippie.
There's your dirty hippies, Tom. Yeah.
Hey, patchouli-coated dirty leg.
Oh.
There they
Let me
are.
see your little bear tattoo on your boob. That's classy.
Okay, speaking of bears.
Kendrick Lamar, Odessa with a Z. I have no idea who that is. Foo Fighters. So we got.
See the band Grizz?
No.
They're playing with Kendrick.
Oh,
Same.
Okay.
That's nice. Yeah, there's a lot of bands, so you'll have your choice of many genres.
Have a great time. I hope you're having a wonderful
enjoy
time.
yourself.
At
Be
Bonnaroo.
careful. Drink a lot of water.
Bathe.
No, don't. I say don't bathe.
How are you going to bathe at
Yeah.
Bonnaroo?
Enjoy yourself.
That's part of it. Just being sort of bohemian.
Can you stay at a hotel and copter in?
Well, you could.
Time I will never forget. Fish played 4 nights at the amphitheater here. I went up night 3, visited my friend, and you could smell
the people.
Yes.
You can smell the people.
I
Like
Wait,
BO or like bathroom?
No, the odors of the people.
Okay.
Well, give me a few minutes, and I may be able to find a classic bit of audio from the campers at one of those shows. I think I can dig that up. But right now, we turn back to the news desk with Christy Lee. We'll be talking to Roy Wood Jr. in about 10 minutes, by the way.
Authorities in Texas are saying that a report of a human body in a yard turned out to be a sex doll.
Have you seen this picture?
Sex doll.
I mean,
sex doll.
it gets kind of covered half in mud. It looks like a body.
KRIV.
KRIV?
Yep.
KRIV. Give me a minute.
KRIV.
Okay. The truth is what we do best.
Yeah, how about that?
What do you think of that? I don't know why they have to. I don't know why they have to tell us that.
We're terrible liars. We tried it for a while.
Sorry.
None of you bought it. So back to the truth.
That is a weird slogan, isn't it?
That's really.
Oh, there's more from your screen to your world. These are the weird ones. Transforming the way you see the world. Join the conversation with our news.
Oh.
I guess.
Well, I can talk to my TV, but it doesn't talk back.
We specialize in bias.
Could be bias.
KRIV reports Harris
How about
County
this one?
Sheriff's
I gotta go
officials.
with it. Showing more police tape. What do you think?
Boy,
we show more police tape than the other guy.
You stopped everything for that. Huh?
Well, that's kind of what you get to see most of the time on the local news. Something happened here 3 days ago, and there's police tape.
Yep,
Okay.
Get a shot of the police tape flapping in the wind.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Well, they can't be there while it's happening. That would be weird.
No, that'd be a slogan. We were there for the murder.
If you think the news doesn't create the news, I got news for you, all right? It's a whole thing out there. Don't get me started!
What did you do? How did you get him upset like that?
Harris County Sheriff's officials called out for what was believed to be human remains found in the yard of a Brunswick home. Sheriff Ed Gonzalez said, quote, upon closer inspection.
I love those Brunswick homes. They have the bowling alley.
Yeah. They determined it was a dismembered silicone sex doll.
Hot. I mean, that's weird.
Yeah. She was only wearing a pink bra and underwear at the time that the doll was found, but was dismembered. I don't know what parts were missing, but...
Apparently the head.
Oh.
I mean, not really serious.
Seriously?
That's where the sound comes from.
Even on a doll.
But I mean, there's a reason that this is even a more valid situation. They had found 2 other real bodies in this area in the last few days.
Oh, so of course they were
And this
on
thing
alert.
looks like, I mean, it's
Well,
kind of
it's the
half covered in
silicone
mud.
one. That's high end, isn't it?
The police think the sex
Isn't
doll
it?
was dismembered by a deranged serial masturbator. Jerk the Ripper.
Is that right? Okay.
This has to be another Jerk the Ripper case.
Must be.
I think what we need is you know how they have those places where this is probably not the way to get to this, but I'm going to try it. They have those like baby bins at fire departments where if someone is abandoning a baby, they can do it safely and everything's on the up and up. And obviously a tragic background of any story like that typically, but they need to have that for sex dolls.
I see.
So people could dispose of them without embarrassment. Because we keep getting these stories about these sex dolls that are found and people think it's a dead body and
floating in the river or something.
Yeah.
And they have that surprised look on their face in some cases for the less expensive sex dolls. I'm just saying. At fire departments, we could install. You can dump your sex doll here. How about this one? Okay, I got a better idea.
All right.
Yeah.
Converting sex dolls into scarecrows.
That's a decent idea. Yeah.
That's not a bad idea.
This would almost be worth going on that show with the
Shark Tank?
Shark Tank is a joke. We're going to be converting sex dolls into scarecrows.
Yeah, until you find crow eggs in the mouth.
Coming up,
Bluebird House.
we're going to talk with comedian Roy Wood Jr., longtime friend of the show. Now he's part of the Daily Show. Look forward to that. And right now, this portion of the Bob and Tom Show is brought to you by BetterHelp. It is confusing out there in the world these days, and if you're helping lots of other people, you got to help yourself too. Keep some balance in your life. That's where BetterHelp comes in. This is a really interesting idea because what BetterHelp is doing, it's connecting you with a licensed therapist to help you get on the journey to a balanced life, and it's done on it's done online. And what's also interesting is not just the connection to a therapist, the therapy itself is done online. So give BetterHelp a try. If you're thinking of starting therapy, how it works, well, you fill out a brief questionnaire. You'll get matched with a licensed therapist. And by the way, you can switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. For more balance in your life, give BetterHelp a shot. You can visit them at BetterHelp.com/BT Show. The addition of the /BT Show will get you 10% off. So check it out. Once again, BetterHelp, H-E-L-P, BetterHelp.com/BT Show. And this part of the Bob and Tom Show is brought to you by BetterHelp. Coming up, a guy with a really interesting background and a guy that's created a lot of success because he's so brilliant. He is Roy Wood Jr. We'll talk with Mr. Wood in just a second. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
You don't
I'm gonna play a new song for y'all. See if you like it. See if you like it.
All right.
And be sure and Bob go ha 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 like you do.
I can do that. I was just getting ready to do that after I saw your picture.
That looks pretty accurate. Yeah, have you ever had one of those days when nothing goes right? Your wife starts bitching about whatever it was she was bitching about last night. So you escape into the bathroom just to sit there on your throne. But after you finish your business, the toilet paper's gone. Well, it's a great day for me to whoop somebody's ass. It's a bad day, so you better get off of my back. You might get cold cocked if you cross my path, 'cause it's a great day for me to whoop somebody's ass.
Yeah.
Of all the radio shows I've ever done, I've never done one where they could sing a song they've never heard.
Isn't that amazing? I was just thinking the same thing. How do we know the words to a new song?
Y'all must be working for Dionne Warwick and the Psychic Friends. Well, I was running late for work, so I poured me some coffee to go. And just before I had a flat tire, I spilled it all over my clothes. When the highway patrolman pulled up, I thought that help was on the way. But when he saw that tire tool in my hand, he shot me with pepper spray. Laugh. Well, it's a great day for me to whoop somebody's ass. It's a bad day, so you better get off of my back. You might get cold cocked if you cross my path, 'cause it's a great day for me to whoop somebody's ass. All right. Mm-hmm. This last verse is for everybody that don't like their boss at work. Mm-hmm. When I finally made it to work, I was 15 minutes late. I told my boss about the flat tire, but he fired me anyway. So here I am in the parking lot, just waiting by his Corvette. I'm gonna give him a goodbye present that he never will forget. Laugh and sing. It's a great day for me to whoop somebody's ass. It's a bad day, so you better get off my back. You might get cold cocked if you cross my path, 'cause it's a great day for me to whoop somebody's ass.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
I like it.
Paul Thorne.
You have no idea. Essential Morning Radio. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
Good morning, sunshine. To the max, there's bologna in our side.
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, Chick McGee.
There's Josh Arnold.
Chickster.
There's Ace Cosby.
Hey.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
Thank you very much. We are fixing to hook up with a special guest in a matter of moments. We have another special treat on the way as well, by the way.
All right.
So I can tell you that there's a couple different things happening. We'll also be hearing from Mr. Godwin in a few minutes with more music. But I did dig up that special audio I was trying to find. But right now, there he is. We are gazing at the big screen at the face of Roy Wood Jr. Hey, Roy, how are you, sir?
Yeah, how y'all been, baby? What's been going on, baby? Y'all looking good, baby.
Thank you, Roy. You too.
It's good to see you. And Roy's got a couple cool things going on. Roy, of course, is a veteran stand-up comedian and sort of a former radio guy, but now a big TV guy with The Daily Show.
Yeah, I mean, when there isn't a writer's strike, I guess I am doing a lot of stuff. But, you know, right now I'm riding a bike with my child and explaining to him why you should not ride through mud puddles in New York on a day when it didn't rain. Where did the mud come from, son? And what liquid created?
But Roy, you are going to be on stage coming up in Virginia Beach, June 23rd through the 24th. Other shows include Cleveland, Orlando, Greater Cincinnati, Syracuse. But tell me about the live stream thing you're doing. Is that tomorrow?
Yeah, so that's tomorrow. You know, people can buy, a ticket, from your website for this. So here's what happened 2 years ago. Me and this funny therapist that I know, wonderful woman, B. Arthur, not the dead one. This one's still alive. With respect. We wanted to do like a weird audience advice show, but the problem is that most people won't tell you real stuff if they have to put their name to it. So myself and my co-creator, the show is called Tribulations, and it's basically anonymous audience advice, and people get real, they get deep. Myself, some comedians that we all know and love get on stage. We make fun of the advice, and then B gets on stage and actually gives something that's actionable and helpful. And really all we're trying to create is just this big, warm-ass, tipsy group hug, consensual group hug, where everybody knows that they're not alone in whatever they're going through. And it's wild, bro, because we get some people on the show who literally talk about, I'm the last living member of my family. What do I do when it comes to cleaning out the house that I grew up in? Emotionally, how do I get past that? And then we had a guy who said, I found the guy who stole my car. Should I go and beat him down at work? I say no. You do not beat a person up at their job. You go home and you leave a nasty Yelp like a real American. That's what we have to do in this world.
That's a great idea for the show. Roy Wood Jr. is our guest. And I love Roy's life story is so interesting. We first met Roy. He came into the show, and that night we were having a Christmas party. And Roy asked if he could get up and do a few minutes, and he just killed it. And we realized right away how great and funny Roy is. But your dad and his life story is so fascinating to me. He was a really serious journalist and was like Mr. Birmingham, Alabama, right?
Yo, my dad was Mr. Black Journalism top to bottom. So my father was a war reporter for most conflicts and would deliberately embed himself with predominantly black platoons. He went to South Africa, covered their riots in the 50s. He went to Zimbabwe. Back then, it was Rhodesia, and he covered their civil war. Then he went to Vietnam. Pretty much anywhere bullets were zinging past black people, my dad was like, yes, I will go. Would you like a gun? No, just give me a tape recorder.
Wow.
And
your dad actually, he knew Dr. Martin Luther King. I mean, he was...
Yeah, my father, any photo you can find of the civil rights movement, my dad was probably like 3 rows behind getting a quote from somebody. And so, he ended up in Chicago for a while. Did I ever tell you the Soul Train story about my dad and Don Cornelius?
You told me that story, Roy, but it bears repeating, certainly. It's a wonderful story.
So when my dad was working in Chicago, Don Cornelius was still a police officer. Pulls my pops over, gives him a ticket. My dad goes, you have a good voice for radio. Quit this job and come work at the radio station. Don Cornelius actually quits the radio station, starts working for my pops, grows into everything we know Don Cornelius to be. Along the way, he goes to my pops. He goes, hey, man, I need a little money. I'm going to start a show that I think could rival what Dick Clark is doing. Do you want to be an investor? And my pops goes, sure, here's $1,000. And Don Cornelius, with a couple other people, creates the pilot for what we know today as Soul Train. He can't sell it because it's just you know how television is. It's hard to sell a TV show. Meanwhile, my daddy wants his $1,000 back. Hey, man, it's the 70s. That's like 100,000. I don't know conversion rate, but $1,000 is a lot more. And Don Cornelius says to my father, he says, Roy, I think instead of me paying you back, you should just come on board as an executive producer and just get a percentage of the profits. Trust me, man. The Soul Train is about to leave the state. And my daddy said, shut your ass up. Don't nobody want to watch black people dance for an hour. Give me my bread. And he paid my father back. My father signed away any rights to the program we know today as Soul Train. And I sit here sad. A little bit of student loan debt. Couldn't watch Soul Train at the house as a kid. Literally. Could not. My dad, he loved this country and tried to change it through journalism, but he was a hater, too.
Did your dad live long enough to see you doing journalism in a way and doing comedy?
Comedy-ish, yeah. You know, my pops passed when I was 16. I don't think we've ever talked about my parents. As much as I've come on the show, my dad died when I was 16. I don't know how much he would have approved of comedy. He would have been cool with me doing, like, radio and the journalistic stuff. It's just, you have to understand, my father was an intense man. Everything he covered surrounded death. So when you think about the ways in which we deal with our regular life when we're not around chaos of war, especially war, like, it's hard to just see a joke on a regular basis. So, no, he wasn't like that, man. We had a bake sale in middle school to raise uniforms for our soccer team. And my pops, I was in the dunking booth. And my dad came over to the dunking booth and yelled at me to get out the dunking booth because I don't need to be nobody's fool. And I'm like, we're raising money for the soccer team. We need new uniforms. Because at the time, our uniforms, the numbers were peeling off the back. I said, Dad, the numbers are coming off the back of the uniform. The ref don't know who I am. And this is the 80s. He said, boy, you a black kid playing soccer. The ref know who you are.
Well, he'd be proud of you, I'm sure, because
I think so.
You've done so. You've done so.
I think so, man.
What is your father enshrined in any kind of Hall of Fame in Birmingham or in Alabama because of all of his journalistic work?
No, the National Association of Black Journalists gave my father a Lifetime Achievement Award back in '93, 2 years before he passed. And I believe there's a radio section. I need to confirm that it's still there. Radio section in the Smithsonian, where I think one of his microphones is.
Oh, that's cool.
But in terms of the larger, bigger scheme of things in Birmingham, no. But, you know, he's a legend in the city. My dad didn't do it for the glory or anything like that. My dad just loved his country, and he just tried to write stories that helped make the country a better place.
Was he also a...
I want my damn exhibit.
Was your dad also... I know he was a very serious journalist. Was he also, did he ever have like a DJ shift where he'd be playing
jazz?
Jazz, okay.
Jazz. My daddy loved jazz, and then on road trips would sit there and play jazz. Do you understand? From Birmingham to Chicago, straight jazz. I wanted to do heroin, too. I get why they like the heroin. I'm 9 years old and just hear... like, no, come on, man. Play some Eazy-E.
Our guest is Roy Wood Jr., who is a veteran stand-up comedian, and as you can tell, incredibly funny. How did you make the switch from, I mean, you're coming up in a very serious household. When did you, because you studied journalism, right? Didn't you?
Yeah, yeah.
How did you make the switch to getting on stage and doing stand-up?
But see, I wanted to be goofy journalists. I wanted to be Kenny Mayne. I wanted to be Stuart Scott. I wanted to be Jenny Moose from CNN. They all did the weird offbeat type stuff that was odd. I never wanted to be, like, you grow up around intense parents, man. You got to go out in the world and,
I'll say,
relax for a second. Yeah,
yes, sir.
Your daddy come home. I'm sneaking and watching Soul Train like it's scrambled porn. Did I hear happy black music into this room, boy? No, sir. I was listening to jazz.
Now, your parents weren't living together for a lot of your life. What was your mom like? Was she as intense as your dad?
My mom was a little more laid back, but my mom, I was a latchkey kid growing up. So, my mom was essentially, my mom would come home at 5 o'clock, check my homework, give me a death threat to not burn down the house, and then she would leave and go to grad school. And then grad school became a PhD became a law degree. So I just never really got a lot of time at night. The weekends is where me and my mom kicked it. But, my mom and I, to this day, I'd say it's weird now, because we are more siblings than mother, son. The dynamic has shifted. I remember one time I called my mom, and my mom is a college educator with 4 degrees. She has 35 years in higher education at the same school. Like, she has done nothing but help to graduate young minds out into the workforce.
And what does she think of your stand-up? Has she commented on that?
She's cool with it now. She wasn't at first. The first time my mom saw me perform, like, it was in a coffee shop, and I bombed, and the coffee shop wouldn't turn off the coffee grinder. Like, they just kept working. So you're just, it's good to be here. And my mom just came over and whispered. She didn't even stay for the whole show. It's just after I got off stage, my mom whispered in my ear, "You need to take your ass to grad school." And just walked out the room.
We're speaking with Roy Wood Jr., one of my favorite comedians, and a guy who's been doing stand-up for a long time. Do you remember the first stand-up piece of yours that was actually effective when you started doing
the first joke? I'll give you 2. I remember 2 of my first jokes. I recorded over the first time I ever did stand-up because I didn't want my roommates to see it. And the irony of it is that in college, I made a sex tape. And consensual. It was good. And it was freaky-deaky. And my roommates found that. And then at the end of the sex tape where I performed terribly, it's a clip of me doing comedy. And it's so my point is, footage of my first time on stage is completely burned and gone. I did a joke. I was 19 when I started. My first joke was, I hate when your roommate eats some of your food. Don't eat some of my food. If you're going to eat my food, eat all of the food. I came home for some 7-Up. My roommate drank 6 of them.
That's very
laugh at that. Don't.
No, it's a good joke.
Laugh at that.
That's
there
good.
was that, and then when did the Weather Channel decide that purple is colder than white? I've never seen purple snow. Every time I see Minnesota, it's just purple, which means it's either cold or Prince is home. Yucca.
Good. Those are great.
Stop, it's not good.
No, it is.
It's not good.
Roy can be found on the road. Once again, coming up, it looks like next week, it's going to be Virginia Beach, then Cleveland, Orlando, Greater Cincinnati at Liberty Township at the Funny Bone, and then Syracuse at the Funny Bone in late July. And then the podcast, the live stream tomorrow. How do I access that?
Yeah, they can go to roywoodjr.com, or they can go to all the socials. I think Dean's going to put it up on the Bob and Tom website as well. But Tribulations is a live stand-up and weird group therapy shows like none you ever seen. You can live stream it, or you can watch it on demand. If you want to kick it with us tomorrow night in real time, I'll be in the chat too.
Okay, do you know who else is going to be there?
Who's that?
Just is other comedians or just you?
Oh yeah, it'll be myself and a couple other comedians.
Okay. All right.
We're still working on the lineups. Look, the audience is the star.
Okay. Lastly, the NFL seems to be dominating the universe these days, and you are, oddly enough, a Miami Dolphins fan.
Yes, Lord.
Are you getting, with your busy schedule with a beautiful young son, are you getting time to pay attention to the NFL with all the work you have to do?
No, not yet. We've gone to a couple of baseball games, but these new kids, man, he's 7. They spoiled, man. He can get every channel. Boy came in the house one day, told me he a Seattle Mariners fan. Boy, we live in New York City. Could you imagine in the 80s going, I root for a team in another time zone. When you going to watch them? They ain't going to come on. They ain't going to come on until they playing a team in your time zone, so you may as well just root for teams in your time zone. Came home the next day a Yankees fan. I said, boy, let me go get a Mariners hat.
Perfect. Hey, thanks, Roy. Congratulations on all your success.
Yes.
Well deserved. We'll look forward to seeing. I think we're going to actually see you soon in person.
Next month.
Thank you, sir.
So.
Our best to the
Didn't know
family.
if I could spoil it, but yeah.
Thank you. God, funniest. Remember the time he got up at that party? He just killed it. He was just starting in comedy. He's the best. Now we have coming up in the news, Christy Lee.
Oh, coming up, we have remote work habits that are quite interesting. How about you go to the beach in Florida and see a black bear in the surf? We've got that.
How the hell did that happen?
I saw that.
I didn't know they had black. Well, I didn't know they had black bears.
We have had more stories in the last year about bears and alligators.
We have alligators in the news, too. I have plenty of alligator stories.
And what really interests me is the story about what people are doing with remote work, because it became such a big thing during the pandemic, and now a lot of companies are going, wait a minute. Wait till they hear the results of this survey, what people are doing when they're working at home. It's absolutely fascinating. Now, if you see me walking my dogs lately, I'm probably got my beautiful Raycon earbuds in my ears because they work so well. Tell me more, Chick McGee.
That's right. Raycon wireless earbuds prove that you shouldn't have to pay an arm and a leg for quality sound and essential smart tech listening features. With Raycon, you get a pair and a spare if you want. You pay so much less than regular big-name smart tech brands out there. Raycon knows that in today's economy, you got to keep an eye on the bottom line. And Raycon offers buy now, pay later options. They have an easy and free return guarantee, and they also offer free domestic shipping and flat fee international shipping. And they have over 50,000 five-star reviews. And they also, of course, have 8 hours of playback time, crystal clear call quality, and water and sweat resistance. So you don't need to make any more decisions. Just go to buyraycon.com/Tom right now. Get 15% off your Raycon order. That's buyraycon.com/Tom. 15% off your Raycon purchase. That's buyraycon.com/Tom.
Josh, how many fingers am I holding up?
2.
I have 2 surprises.
Oh, God.
All right.
Coming up, this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Got something to say? Send us an email, bobandtom@bobandtom.com. This is the...
Can I ask you something else about living alone?
Sure, yeah, sure. Unless, what do you want to move in? What's going on?
No, I'm just curious. Tom's looking forward to that day.
This interests me. Yeah, I have a lot of people hanging out of my house, but I enjoy that. Do you? You said you had a cat? I do have a cat. You have a dog? I don't have a dog, and that was taken in the divorce. We had a part Rottweiler, part Doberman named. That was his name.
Good boy.
He's a good boy.
He is.
But I'm thinking about getting a dog.
Dogs are great.
Yeah, they are. And especially, I'll tell you, I'm interested in the Chihuahua only because the Chihuahua, I can learn a lot from a Chihuahua. I need empowerment lessons from a Chihuahua because a Chihuahua has this species amnesia. They have no idea of their relative size and the scope of reality. And I need that because you go over to someone's house that has a Chihuahua and right there, they're just there, hey, just ready to go. You weigh 4 ounces. I could mail you in a priority package for $4.85, and you're gonna tear my ass up. Is that what's happening here? What I don't like about certain dog owners is that I don't mind talking to your animal, but don't include me in the conversation with the dog. That's my only problem. Is when you're talking to me, talk to me.
Right.
You know, did you go up to Yosemite this summer? Mm-hmm. Oh, it's great. Yosemite's beautiful. Earl and I went up there last year. We got in a tent. It was great. It rained, and oh boy, Pepper didn't like that, did you, Pepper? No, you didn't. You wanted to get out of that tent, didn't you? You barred.
Tell Dwight how much you hated it.
That's right. Anyway, so there's nothing to do, but Earl and I just got it on the whole time, and that's all you can do. Pepper didn't like that, did you? No, you thought Daddy was hurting Mommy, didn't you, Pepper? Look at Pepper's face. You don't know what I'm saying, do you? Oh, he's cute. Yeah. Anyway, we did the Mexican cartwheel and a big wheel. And that was very nice. Oh, yeah. Isn't that right, Pepper? Oh. Don't bite me!
Dwight Slade is our guest.
Were all in attendance at the Songwriters Hall of Fame last evening. The gala at the Marriott Marquis Hotel in New York City Thursday night celebrated a diverse group of songwriters. Broadway was represented by lyricist Tim Rice, pop from Glenn Ballard, and the Nashville twang of Liz Rose. And Al Pacino is a dad again at the age of 83. His girlfriend, 29-year-old Noor Al-Fala, welcomed a son named Roman. No other details were given. Pacino has a 33-year-old daughter and 22-year-old twins, a boy and a girl. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
You haven't seen the baseball bats full of beer and a guy walking around drinking them. You have not lived. These things are 60 ounces. I don't know how they're standing at the end of their beer.
Are they made of wood?
The major leagues, yeah. In college, they're aluminum.
Bravo, King Idiot.
All right. We need to slow down with the King Idiot.
Buddy,
See?
I'm going to the grocery store today. I know what's going to happen.
It'll be silent until you get your groceries sacked. And you go, here you go, King Idiot.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Essential Morning Radio. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
It's the most talked about show on television, The Bachelorette, where 25 eligible bachelors try to win the hand of one single woman. And now, Bob and Tom Television brings you a new twist on this hit show.
She's 30 and single. She's...
What the hell do you mean by that?
Oh, nothing. Meet Linda Jackson. Now, here come the fellas. Say hello to Todd Williams.
Hi, Linda. I'm really pleased to...
Yeah. Next.
And here's our next eligible guy. Say hello to...
Hold it. Are you really going to say each time, say hello to Dick Ding Dong or whatever? Jesus.
Okay. Here he is, Jerry Peterson.
Hello, Linda. I can't tell you how happy I am to finally meet you. And,
Right. What do you do, Jerry?
Well, I own my own consulting business and...
consulting, eh? And when did you lose your Amway dealership, Jerry?
Huh? Sheesh, what a bitch.
She's the Bitchlorette. She's single, pissed off, and is looking for money. Lots of money.
Hi, I'm Linda.
I'm Phil.
Yeah. Did you forget something?
No, I don't think so.
Any gift?
Gift? I didn't know that we were...
Bye-bye, loser.
Wow. Tune in to Bob and Tom TV and see why she's called the Bitchlorette. She's on the prowl, and she's got...
Shut your hole and bring on the rich numbnuts.
On Bob and Tom TV.
Well, there you go. There's a show I'd watch.
Yeah.
They don't Don't say we didn't warn you.
Oh, my God.
There's laughter ahead. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
So, Mark, you're a single guy.
Yeah, I tell you, though, it's tough because I got these neighbors behind me.
Really?
My neighbor, Gail, very...
Gail?
Gail is a woman who just moved. Her bedroom wall is right behind mine, and she has a new boyfriend. And I found this out. His name is...
Bob and Tom.
Show coming up.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hi.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, Chick.
There's Josh Arnold.
Hello.
There's Ace Cosby. Hey. I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
Maybe we should start calling Pat's performance room the kitchen. Because I'm looking in there during the break. You're cooking something in there, Pat.
I'm cooking something up.
I saw you moving and grooving, not just the one. I promised a couple surprises.
Yes.
Here comes the first one.
All right.
Now, we were talking about Bonnaroo, the big music festival. My son Sam is there with one of his buddies.
All right.
He's got his elaborate cooking gear and all his stuff. But we were talking about the nature of some of the people there. And the difficulties.
You called them all dirty hippies.
Yeah, you did.
Not all of them. There was a news story. You could read the news story, Christy, about Bonnaroo.
Yeah, they're asking folks to turn off their collision, whatever they call that, collision detection on their iPhones. Because it's causing accidental 911 calls. The Manchester Police Department tweeted that...
Manchester Police Department.
How dare you? Do you have any idea what you've done?
You're bringing me down.
The calls were a result of crash detection mode, which is a feature on Apple iPhones, and they've asked the attendees to deactivate this feature until the end of the festival. They're blaming it on intense dancing.
And I
or
think
as
it's
Tom said,
dirty hippie sex.
There you go.
But this, we got talking about Bonnaroo, and obviously they make arrangements so people can bathe. I did get.
They do?
I did get this because people are there for 4 days of
right,
and it's often very hot. It's in Tennessee. Received this from Alex. You can shower at most music festivals. Many of them have portable showers inside a semi-trailer.
Oh.
A shower usually costs $10, or you can buy a shower pass for the weekend for between $25 and $30 usually.
That's cool.
I recommend wearing flip-flops.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Because people take dumps in the showers and try to waffle stomp them down the drain.
People take dumps in the shower.
Thank you, Alex.
Is that right?
No. What is wrong with human beings anymore?
Well,
nice.
I mean, of all the places other than a toilet you could take be in the shower, be all right.
Now, that brought on this. Ace was mentioning that Fish, they do sort of short-term residencies. They'll play 3-4 nights a week sometimes. And you, what was your story again?
No, they played 4 nights here, and I went out the third night to visit a friend, and just the air, the smell, the smell of people.
I was just recently listening to and really enjoying a Fish cover of a Cream song. To get back to it was very, very good. That Trey can play. In any event, I used to go to see the Grateful Dead quite often. Big fan.
Hippie.
And they
talk about dirty hippies. Yeah, the king of dirty hippies.
Yeah, twirling dirty leg.
Yeah. That's where isn't that where Dirty Legs started?
Could be. Could be. But a friend of ours, Ed Johnson, went out to one of the encampments, if you will.
Sure.
Because the is that proper term?
I'd say campground.
I would say campground.
I guess encampments.
You always, every now and then, you sound like you're testifying in front of the UN General Assembly. Every now and then.
Yes.
Well, they were in an encampment, and we don't know how many people were.
And the Grateful Deads, of course, have the Deadheads that would famously follow them around. They would always say, "Yeah, I'm going on tour with the Dead," as if they were sort of part of the staff. But this Ed recorded this at the campground this audio, which is just absolutely stellar.
Well, you talk about losing things. I actually lost a car on tour one time.
How did this happen?
Well, I guess I was having so much fun at one show that I forgot I had my own car. And about 3 shows down the road, these friends of mine asked me, "Hey, Raj, where's your car? Because I got my jacket in your car." And I said, "Oh, I did have a car, didn't I?" So it was probably sitting wherever it was that I abandoned it. But I was having a lot of fun, and cars a small sacrifice if I get into shows.
Okay.
All right.
Can you imagine being that into anything?
No.
I guess the guy's having a good time.
Sure.
Raj, hope you're out there okay somewhere.
He's probably doing your taxes.
I seriously doubt it. He's probably living off of them.
Wow.
What just happened?
You know, we grow up. Everyone. Okay, never mind.
I don't know.
All right.
Doubt if he's that. He's probably in the Senate. Spending my taxes. Anyway, Bonnaroo should be a good time.
Yeah,
it's an odd word.
Bonnaroo?
Sounds like you're barfing.
Where did that come up? Where'd that come from, Bonnaroo? Do we know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sounds fun.
Wasn't there a Turkish taffy?
Turkish taffy?
Yeah. Bonomo's Turkish taffy, maybe? No?
Bonomo's Turkish taffy. Sounds joyless and awful. I hate taffy.
Why isn't there a festival called Charleston Chew then? You're so smart.
I don't know.
The festival took its name from the 1974 album Destively Bonnaroo by New Orleans pianist and vocalist Dr. John.
How about that?
Everything.
And, okay, yeah, they're Bonomo's Turkish taffy. I don't know where I pulled that out of my brain. You can buy it on Amazon.
Oh.
Great name. Bonomo. 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 Christy Lee is at the news desk. Have you missed anything?
I guess it's Creole slang for meaning a really good time. Bonnaroo.
Bonnaroo.
Hey, let's have
okay.
a Bonnaroo.
Sounds good. Have a good time.
Have a good time.
Take some soap. Okay.
Take some soap. And don't live off my taxes for the rest of your life. Right, Tom?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A man running for town council in Long Island, New York, is losing support after photos show him standing naked at the front door of his home. The local Republican Committee of Babylon, New York, told ABC 7.
More news, more often.
Yesterday, they're not going to support candidate Kevin Sabella Sr. in his run for office.
There's more. You'll get sick of the news. Oh, no.
Witnesses say Sabella has been standing nude behind the screen of his front door for the past 2 months, just feet from his campaign sign. Townspeople call the act disturbing. Mr. Sabella did not return calls to the media asking if he would withdraw from the race.
Weird. What's he doing?
Maybe he's proud of his member. I don't know.
Pull my lever. Yikes. Although he's probably more qualified than another New York politician that's currently sitting in the Congress. What a lunatic, huh?
Yeah.
That's a weird thing to do.
One way to get attention, I guess.
But is he not? Isn't this indecent exposure? Or does the
fact that he's still in his home? I don't know.
I don't think you're allowed to flash, though, are you?
I don't know.
I don't know.
If you're standing in your house and you've got a storm door, let's say, that you can see through, and there's somebody outside and you walk by naked, can you get in trouble for that?
I don't think you could.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
So in other words, he's naked. It's his house, therefore it's okay.
I don't.
I mean, if you were next to an elementary school, would it be okay?
I don't know.
Look, there's Mr. Sabella.
Yeah, he's naked again.
He's naked again. I don't think so. I'm not happy with that. Coming up,
I'm not happy about it.
Coming up, a really interesting news story about what's going on in the world of folks who are working at home remotely. An interesting survey of what people are doing. Are they working 9 to 5 while they're at home? Are they busy? Well, we'll see what they're busy doing when we come back. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Our guests, Mark Maron and Rebecca Corey. Now, Rebecca, you mentioned that you travel with your dog.
I do.
And you're serious.
What
kind of dog is it?
I have a 64-pound pit bull, a blue-nosed pit bull. Her name is Angel.
And she was.
You showed a picture to us during the break, a picture of your dog sitting on the airplane looking out the window.
Yep, she was sitting in a seat next to me, looking out the window, thinking, "Whoa."
And this is a what do you call it? A service dog.
Therapy dog. Yep.
Therapy dog.
What does that mean?
It means you just give up the Xanax and wine, and you go to a little being that makes you calm when you fly. I got an issue with flying. Yeah.
So so you're a cat person. You couldn't do that with cats because, first of all, cats are so they're so highfalutin.
Yeah,
would not.
Oh, you mean you have
Cats
to
will scratch
earn
your eyes
the
out.
love of a cat, and that somehow makes it
No, the
less.
cat would look at you and go.
Take your you put a cat on a plane, see what happens.
I traveled. I traveled with LaFonda.
Oh, did you?
And how'd it go?
Was LaFonda in a cage?
Well, let me understand. You got to understand.
I'm
The
surprised
cats-
LaFonda would fly coach.
Yes.
Was she willing to?
LaFonda. My cats were feral, so they're wild animals.
Right.
Now, I had never traveled with this cat before, and it was crazy because. They were, when I first got them, they were already wild, and they were only a few months old, but they were wild. So in order to take LaFonda to Los Angeles, it took me 2 hours to get her into the cage. I had to wear leather gloves.
Yeah.
My hands were still bleeding.
I'll bet.
I get her into the cage. I get to JFK, and I'm exhausted. And I'm aggravated, and I put the cat on the conveyor, and the TSA guy goes, "Oh, you're gonna have to take the cat out of the cage and walk it through."
Oh,
and I'm like, "Are you kidding?" I became crazy cat lady.
See
there
my
is
hands?
no way. Yeah, look at my hands. And I made the biggest deal. I was like, "There's no way this cat's getting out of that cage." He's like, "Then you're not getting on the plane."
Okay.
And by this point, I'd frightened everyone around. I was crazy, and it would have been they would have been less freaked out if I'd had a bomb. I mean, I took this little cat out of the cage, and they're like, "Step back, everyone back!" And LaFonda was just freaked out.
I'll bet.
And I walked her through, and all she wanted was to get back into the box. But my biggest fear was that the cat's going to get away, and I'm going to be like in some.
You're gonna chasing her down.
Yeah, I'm in a children's film. It's just a montage of me on the baggage claim, and, and it ends running through kitchens, down
It ends with you in a federal facility being sodomized.
Nothing more enjoyable. Oh, yeah.
Wow. Is that the sodomized bell?
Sodomized bell. There it is.
What's nice about bringing Angel on is bully breeds are really gassy in general. If you know anything. Oh, they're very gassy. And there's no hair there to muffle. The smell and the sound. And so sometimes on the plane, she will just let it rip.
Yeah.
And it's real nice.
Do you look around and say, "Excuse me," or do you just point at the guy in front of you?
I just laugh because it's so unbearable. But now there's someone, because normally you've been asleep on an airplane with your mouth open and been woken from a dead sleep because you thought someone crapped on your face. Because, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And now that I have a bully breed, I just go, well, there it is, everybody. Take that. Take that.
You need to give your dog Beano before you fly.
What's that?
I need to give me
It's the
Beano
same
before
thing
I fly.
it's the same stuff you put on your food, and it prevents gas.
Isn't there something magic on planes that just that gas just evaporates? I always thought there was a magic to it.
Well, it doesn't. It actually makes it all the way to the back.
Yeah, it does. It makes it to that sleeping person with their mouth open.
Are you the guy that? Are you the guy that pulls the SBD that reaches up and turns off that fan thing?
It works its way the entire length of the plane.
It does.
Everybody have their vent on.
60-day video archive of the show. Bob and Tom VIP. You have to get it. It's state law.
Bob and Tom. 24/7. Oh, yeah.
How many times have you been auditioning for like a civic theater production or a Broadway musical or a church show or a school show or something like that, and you had a great audition, you sang a song, maybe you told a joke or two, and then the director comes up to you and says,
Great audition, kid, and your resume looks good, but do you know any pig Latin?
You'll never be caught in this position again if you enroll now in Hachi's Academy of Theatrical Arts and Pig Latin. At Hachi Academy of Theatrical Arts and Pig Latin, you'll learn to act your way through some of the world's greatest theatrical masterpieces, and you'll do them entirely in Pig Latin. Things like Death of a Salesman.
At ye, ime ad day.
Oh,
nay.
umbe.
Oh, nay.
Umbe. Old reruns of Hogan's Heroes.
Ink clay. Oh, yay, idiot, yay.
Oh, yay, Ice Ray. General J. Orcoulter Bay. And, of course, the classics of Shakespeare.
Ute eBay. Oye, atne, ute eBay.
At they is ye a eschenque. Other way
There's still some financial scholarships available for women aged 18 to 25. Let me teach you to act in Pig Latin. For more information, write to Haji or phone 1-800-UKSHME. Do it now.
Bob and Tom, well-meaning, but
Yeah, they're all messed up.
more than slightly confused.
You said you used to be a teacher?
Yeah, I was a PE teacher.
Gym teacher.
Gym, yeah. And I don't know, I was telling you I about drinking. I like to drink and I'd like to teach. I don't know if that's right, but yeah, it was just so hot, man. And you had to stand outside in the heat all day. And when you drink and the kid thinks you smell like, liquor and I found that I just had to lie. You have to be a really good liar to teach school because parents come in there like you guys were talking about dodgeball. This woman, I kid you not, came into me for parent-teacher conference and goes, I don't understand why Bobby doesn't do better in dodgeball. And you got to be like, because Bobby doesn't apply himself, but you're thinking because Bobby throws like a little fruit. That's why. Look at his dad. It's not my fault, If you wanted an athlete, marry a guy who stands up straight with a straight wrist. I can't fix that. Just don't make sure he pays attention in art class because this ain't happening.
He has a great sense of color.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good morning, sunshine.
Bob and Tom 20
fun.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin.
Hey, Chick.
There's Josh Arnold.
Chick.
There's Ace Cosby. Hey. I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold. Hello, Tom.
Thank you very much. I promised 2 surprises. Did you like the deadhead guy?
That was one of the surprises?
That was a surprise?
That was a surprise.
Stop using that word, and we'll probably like these things more.
Yeah, that's the thing. You're setting yourself up for...
You're the man who called surprise.
I thought it was a nice
man who cried surprise.
Yeah. It was a nice surprise.
Why is that a surprise?
Okay, here's time for surprise 2. If you look at the big screen.
Look, all right, there's Jeff Oskay. We love him, but
he's on the schedule
every Friday, so it's not a surprise either.
What if someone listening wasn't aware of this? It's a surprise to them.
Okay, so you need to start saying, listeners, this is a surprise for you.
Okay, so sorry.
Not to us.
Mr. Oskay, how are you, sir?
Oh, I couldn't be better. It seems like you guys are having a wonderful time in there.
Shut up and
missing out.
Go on, surprise boy.
Hey, I didn't ask him to bring me in that way. Right. I'm Jeff Oskay. We give you a lot of the news. We don't give you all the news, so I'm here to give you the news that we failed to mention.
Oskay.
He's on the Bob and Tom Show every
Week, usually Fridays. Oskay. Fake newscaster.
That's right. There's a new no wash movement where people don't bathe for weeks. What you failed to mention, I'm guessing it coincides with their no job movement. If you're part of this no wash movement, I'd like to tell you about my new don't sit near me in public movement that I've been practicing. They set the record this past week for the largest beef Wellington, weighing in at 56 pounds. What you failed to mention, 56 pounds, a bit under Wilmington, if you ask me.
You think so?
Yeah. 56 pounds? That's like 2 babies. That ain't nothing.
2 babies.
Yikes. There's
try the all-new double baby brisket.
I'd give it a shot. Yeah. There's an old high school up for sale as a single-family home. What you failed to mention, the worst part, writing, I'll remember to take the trash out on the chalkboard 100 times every time you miss trash day. A coffee shop somewhere was supposedly making breast milk lattes using ladies' breast milk. What you failed to mention, I'll have the B cappuccino. Okay. No, that was the right response, Jack.
Maybe the D cup?
I debated the D. You're probably right.
Okay.
The D's better.
The cappuccino usually is a little small cup. He got it right.
I guess. Yeah, but the big boob's always
B's not a small.
Exactly, especially if it's breast milk. It's probably a double D lot. I screwed it up. I'm sorry, Chick. I won't make the mistake again.
Well, make a note. We'll come back to it next week.
Yes, sir.
That'll be our surprise.
Well, perfect. A medieval comedy act has been discovered. What you failed to mention, I can't imagine trying to do stand-up back in the Middle Ages. With my luck, I'd have to follow the Loot Act. No offense, Pat. That's right. No offense. Al Pacino had a baby. What you failed to mention, just think in a few years, they'll both be able to hide their lost teeth under their pillows for the tooth fairy. Old people. A naked man was caught trying to dig his truck out of the riverbed. What you failed to mention, did you hear that? A country singer just messed his jeans. A man was arrested for stealing $2,000 worth of Legos. What you failed to mention, he was sentenced to 6 months of walking barefoot on Legos.
Oh, boy, that's a tough sentence.
Wow. Planters Peanuts is opening a pop-up dive bar for fans to come and drink beer and eat their famous peanuts. What you failed to mention, the best part, after 5 beers, you get to fight Mr. Peanut for coming on to your lady.
Oh, that rascal.
Dare you,
He's
Mr.
wearing
Peanut.
He's all nuts.
Yeah.
All right, and finally, researchers are saying that sex apparently works better than sleeping pills. What you failed to mention, though, if you're just trying to get a little rest and not sleep through the night, I found success with the mid-afternoon jack nap. So be sure to give that a shot. I'm Jeff Oskay, and this has been the news that you failed to mention.
Jeff Oskay, thank you for that.
Woo!
That's surprise.
Jack nap. Jack the Napper. Okay, well.
Speaking of that.
What, jacking or napping?
Kind of. A recent survey regarding people's remote work habits has revealed some of the extracurricular activities that they may be engaging in while on the clock.
Oh, boy.
According to the poll of 1,000 U.S.-based remote workers, 1 in 7 said they logged just 3 to 4 hours of actual work each day. Nearly 11% admitted to having sex during a remote shift.
Yeah.
12% said they drank on company time.
Yeah.
75% of those polled said they scroll through social media while on the clock. Everyone does that. 72% said they did household chores. 70% surveyed shopped online. 53% watched movies. And 22% admitted to having taken a nap while working remotely. Not sure it was a jack nap, but
you got to assume some jacking is happening.
Yeah, you got to. 3 in 10 of survey respondents said they will occasionally move their mouse around to make it appear they're actively working.
Wow.
But despite all of these distractions, 2/3 of remote workers said they feel more productive when they're not in the office.
Exactly. This is more of a testament of how useless a lot of people's jobs are.
This says 40% who are currently working remotely say they would never work in person on the job again.
Wow. How many?
40%.
Wow. Yeah, wow.
Well, I mean, it's because they're at home watching movies and jacking it and shopping.
Playing with their dog.
And still getting the same amount of work done, though.
Well.
I bet they, if not more, I really do believe that.
Really?
Think of all the wasted time at work. It's useless meeting. It's mostly in an office. It's just people trying to justify their own jobs anyway. You eliminate all that, and
so what you're saying is, when they're at work, they're not working either.
Exactly. So it's just.
I get it.
Go ahead, Pat.
My apologies to Dolly Parton. Stay in bed and play on my iPhone Fridays. I work from my home. I check a couple of emails from time to time. Jump in the shower, make love to my girlfriend. Back in the bed with her in the one end. She's doing quite a job. 69 till 5. It's 69 till 5. Boss thinks that I'm a-working, but I'm getting high on Pornhub, just a jerking. I'm on Amazon. I got some extra credit, and I should be doing work. Oh, but damn, just just forget it. 69 till 5. I ignored my boss's text. 69 till 5. Too busy having sex. But I'm getting ahead. My girl deserves a promotion. She had to leave. When I put the lotion, 69 to 5.
Yes. I just was reading the other day that more and more companies are demanding that their workers come back to the office.
Yeah, my brother texted us yesterday and said, yeah, they want us to come back.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Was he getting his job done at home pretty well?
Yeah, and they actually only want him to come back like 3 days a week. So... look, most of our jobs can be done. Well, I'm excluding us because we do nothing. But
what purpose do we serve? Now that I think about it.
But when COVID hit, we gave everybody the option of working from home.
Right.
And most TV stations and most radio people were spread out.
Sure.
We made arrangements to not do that, and I'm glad we did. Because it's hard enough for us to pay attention to each other, staring at each other, let alone. See what I'm saying? An interesting survey. So we'll see what happens in the future with how many businesses are going to actually allow their people not to be there. Coming up, this is really confusing.
Are you going to talk about this Maryland license plate story?
No, that I understand. That's funny. It's about Pluto.
Pluto?
Oh, yeah, the 9th planet in our solar system.
Oh, it's a rock of ice, right? It's not a planet, right?
Well, we'll find out.
And now there's something new out there.
Oh, my gosh.
Maybe.
This doesn't have anything to do with Saturn, does it?
A nudo?
No, it has something to do with... there's a funny thing that actually references a classic movie that I think is very interesting, involving outer space. We'll find out what that's.
Do you think it actually references a classic movie, Chick, or is this just Tom's interpretation of what's happening?
Absolutely.
Do you have your wallet with you?
It's probably a Donald Sutherland mention. He thinks Invasion of the Body Snatchers or something. He's got it all muddled up in his brain.
Do you have your wallet with you?
I do, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm not going to bet you on anything because you've seen the story. I've not, so I'm not.
But you're doubting it before it's even started.
I'm just asking Chick if his opinion on a certain...
Wallet.
What's the bet?
That this references a famous movie that Josh will be very pleased with.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
Maybe so. Maybe you can glean that much information from a story.
Okay, very good.
Yeah, I'm skeptical, but we'll see.
Okay. Now, what have you got coming, Christy?
Well, we have a lot of animal stories. We have a bear that goes to the beach.
Yeah.
We have an alligator cam. We have gator sighting with turns out to be not a gator. And a snorkeler pulled his head out of the jaws of a shark.
Yikes. Why'd he put him in there in the first place?
Well, I don't think he did it on purpose. We'll find out.
I saw that. That's terrifying. Right now, I want to talk about the great summer that we're having.
Yeah.
And the fact that you don't want to waste your time, especially at the grocery store, going around with the cart and, I forgot the raspberries. I've got to wheel myself back to produce. How about this? How about letting HelloFresh do the shopping for you? And we're talking, of course, about farm-to-doorstep quality food. HelloFresh does the shopping, and the shopping will be matching the recipes that you've ordered. And what you do is you get the kit, the box, you put it together. We're talking about great restaurant-quality food. They do the shopping. Oh, they do the measuring, too. You're actually going to save money, and you're not going to waste a lot of food the way you do now. Well, now what do I do with the other 9/10 of this pineapple that I bought? No, not with HelloFresh. And they've got all kinds of food. They've got their special Fresh and Fit summer menu out there featuring, among other things, Calorie Smart, Protein Smart lunches and dinners, even vegan dinners. So whatever you're into, whatever your food lifestyle might be, they've got, of course, good old-fashioned comfort food, 40 recipes to choose from each week. And again, to clarify, it's not just a recipe. You get the card with all the instructions, and you get the food. And they've done the measuring. You just put it together. It's that simple. It's a great idea. Check it out. They want to make sure you try it. That's why they've got the special offer that includes 16 free meals and free shipping if you use the code BTShow16. That's HelloFresh.com/BTShow16. Have some fun. Do some cooking. Sometimes in as little as 10 minutes. BTShow16 is your code at HelloFresh.com/BTShow16. Coming right back with another surprise. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, this is Bob and Tom 24/7. My name is Jim.
We
have to do a little stunt here. We're going to try something. Chick McGee, we have a news story about a woman that tried to steal a case of beer between her legs in a grocery store in Zachary, Louisiana.
In Chick's defense, this is bigger than a case.
Well, you know, we have some Keystone Light there. And Chick is putting on a 30-pack.
It is a 30-pack.
I've noticed that. So that's 6 more than what she was trying to steal. Well, that is one great-looking dress, Chick.
Where'd you get that?
You know what you need? One of those magic turbans that the ladies would wear.
You mean the turby?
Is that what it was called?
It's called the turby, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
I have one of those at home. I could have brought it in for you.
Oh, look at you.
If you
had that,
you'd
look like
a
Chick has the muumuu on.
Is that a... Go ahead.
Chick is removing his trousers because they were holding back on the... a little too much. A little too much.
Too much.
Okay, so you're leaving your underpants on because that's kind of see-through. We don't want to scare anybody. All right. Look at that. No, we don't scare anybody. Do you want to try the 12-pack first of soda? Okay. All right. Well, okay. Now you're nonchalantly walking through a convenience store. Okay. You reach over, you cram the 12-pack between your legs. And then you try walking. No. Oh, a little easier without the pants, isn't it, Chick? Yeah. He's walking.
That's how she was walking.
Oh, I know. Look at that. You're walking real slow, short steps.
Exactly what
Look like
for me today.
you look like you're trying to hold back some kind of bowel eruption. Can I get the door for you, ma'am?
I'll have a little trouble.
I can see that. Could you help you out?
Thank you.
Once again, this
is
a
little like an old lady.
This is from Zachary, Louisiana. Now, how long could you?
That's can't see the 12-pack.
That's a 12. See, you should have gone with the 12er.
A lovely day. Thank you.
Now, could you make
That's
it?
A magic
could you make
trick.
it to your car? Do you think? Wow. Say there are no stairs. Say there are no stairs, and you can make it right to your car.
It's starting to chafe.
Is it? Okay. Well, you know what?
I'm starting to lose it a little bit.
Okay, I'll try removing the 12-pack. Let's try to go with the case. Well, Is the case of beer cold or is it warm?
I'm not stealing anything. Whoops. Well, that's interesting.
Hey, it looks like your water broke. Okay, now, once again, we're trying to duplicate a robbery here. Now, this is going to be a challenge because this actually is heavier. That's a
30 of
30
Keystone
pack
Light.
of Keystone Light. That's probably. Well, I'll bet it's darn close to
30 pounds.
30 pounds. Shoving it between us. By the way, I need to say this: the muumuu is courtesy of Dean's Aunt Rosetta. Aunt Rosetta, wow. A Chick has bent over. He's cramming the 30-pack between his legs. Try walking. I just saw that. Oh, walk over to the microphone over there.
I can't. What else you want me to do?
You're doing okay.
Ow.
Oh, man. Yeah, see.
Can't do it. It's too
okay.
heavy.
It's too heavy. I think it's too wide.
You think you could do 24?
She had the narrow...
Yeah.
She had the 12-pack of cans. The nice thing about the Keystone Light there, it's
more like a
30, big and wide.
Like a cube.
6 heavier.
Yeah. Well, of course it is. You have to hand it to her though for not just grabbing a 6-pack and going for it. She went all the way.
Right.
By going for the 24 can pack. I can't tell you how striking you are in that outfit. Yes, you have to watch our TV show just to see this.
It smells womany.
It smells old.
Well, again.
Performance at the 1984 Winter Games in Sarajevo. 4 years later, at the Calgary Games, she successfully defended her title. Then, 10 years after that, in 1998, she posed naked in Playboy magazine, a move which critics said severely tarnished her image and marketability. Men throughout the world were outraged. If Katerina were going to pose nude, why had she not done it in 1988 when we were all fascinated by what she must look like without clothing?
Yeah.
To wait 10 years after her physical prime, when we had all clearly moved on to Nancy Kerrigan, was a slap in the face to male fans everywhere and goes against the very spirit of the Olympic Games. Games.
Yes.
Hello, Michelle Kwan, are you listening?
It has been another Bob and Tom Olympic moment in history.
Hey, this is comedian Ron White, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Nick Griffin's our guest. I'm glad that it.
I'm glad everything's okay now. Yeah.
Now, are you dating at all? Do you see anyone? Are you?
No, I don't. I mean, I tried. You know, they're doing that internet dating, which.
Have you tried that?
I have tried it, yeah, but I just don't. I don't see a future in it because there's no story if you do get married with your kids. You know, I was checking the box score and then I double clicked on your mom's head.
Bob and Tom.
For your information, these are two of the worst kids I have ever encountered in my life, and I worked the state fair.
We were.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin. He's at the organ in his performance room.
Hey, the kitchen, they call it now, chick.
Oh, it's the kitchen?
He's in there cooking. You got something greasy?
There's Ace Cosby.
Dripping in butter.
I'm Chuck McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
Back on the caffeine, are you?
Surprise.
Yeah, Willie's not here.
We're on to you. Someone may have purchased an extra.
A sports extra.
Before we get to the surprise, this from the NFL Films. Apparently, they're struggling to find a team willing to do Hard Knocks this season. Once again, here's the list of teams that HBO and the Hard Knocks team can force to do the show, something the NFL has agreed to many years ago. They can make the Jets, Saints, Commanders, or Bears do Hard Knocks, but they are facing intense resistance from all those teams. So the idea they've had is that they have reached out again to, and I think this is the smartest idea I've heard in a long time, reached out to the Detroit Lions to be on Hard Knocks again. Because Detroit Lions, that's where they kind of started. Everybody liked Dan Campbell, and he made cut the figure, and they all had a lot of good personalities on that team. America started to fall in love with the Lions, and they started to play a lot better.
Highest ratings would be the Jets.
Yeah, that's big now.
Well,
obviously.
but
put their names in a hat, draw a name out.
If they can make them do it, make them do it.
Yeah.
But
yeah, good luck making certain players do anything.
Good luck with the Jets, then. That would be the plainest illustration of that. Yeah. So we will see.
But can you blame them?
No. Why would they want? Why would any team want it?
Yeah. Why do you want to have?
I don't know how much money they got for them saying, "Okay, these Hard Knocks. This is a good. Let's do it for the in perpetuity."
In perpetuity?
Yeah,
that means forever in poop.
Forever in poop, dear.
So we'll see what happens.
So how do you like our surprise?
Jeff Oskay's our surprise.
I see him in the hallway.
You know what? I love this.
It's kind of weird to see him here in the studio.
He was just on.
I'm for it.
I'm beginning. I don't want to be the surprise anymore. Everyone's just disappointed.
No.
It's Tom's fault.
I love that you're.
And you know what? And partially I blame us because we've heard him say as a surprise. And I think, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I was on this early. He's never come through with a surprise.
Right.
But yet
hurts.
We still believe him when he says there's a surprise.
You mean like the time I had Joe Theismann, your idol, walk into the room?
You know, I think he texted me the night before and said, "Hey, I'm going to be on the show tomorrow morning. Enjoy talking to you."
So even that wasn't a surprise.
So that was kind of a... But that's okay.
And you're just telling me that?
He didn't want to hurt your feelings.
Until now.
I decided long ago, Father's Day weekend 23 was one I was going to crap on.
Now, coming up this weekend, Mr. Oskay is going to be on stage with Mr. Reno Collier in Somerset, Kentucky at the Virginia Theater.
That's right.
That's why I brought Jeff in to...
Yes, a fine theater, Somerset.
And also, I'll remind you...
There's a murder in Somerset.
Well, get off your butts and go see some great comedy in Louisville with Willie G. and Greg Hahn at the Caravan tonight and tomorrow. And Donnie Baker in Nashville, Tennessee at Zany's.
And if you're looking for a funny movie to watch this weekend, Go try to find Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil.
Oh.
It's one of the funniest movies, unintentionally, I've ever... It's Kevin
Because if you
Spacey.
don't watch it as like an unintentional comedy, it's so boring.
It's so bad. Kevin Spacey has this accent. He calls what's his Ashton Kutcher? It's not him.
No.
Cusack. He calls Cusack. Hey, sport. Because you know they're all always
here in Savannah, a fine man.
There's a murder in Savannah.
God, it's boring.
I enjoyed that book very much.
It's awful.
But the movie you're saying stinks. Okay, good to know.
Did you guys see the story? It was regarding Father's Day and how, on average, kids will spend about $196 or something like that dollars on their fathers. But Mother's Day, they'll spend about $260.
What?
So, ladies, I don't want to hear anymore about this inequality BS. You're getting $80 more in gifts.
One day.
Not at my
One
house.
day of the year.
Yeah, the glass ceiling. By the way,
Has been shattered.
While you're up there, would you clean it?
Do you think your kids spend that much on you, Jeff?
My kids have never spent a single penny on me for any Father's Day gift. I don't even get a handmade card.
Oh, same here. Do you get an I love you?
No, last year they forgot. They didn't even know it was Father's Day. Like that's the mom's job. You know what I mean?
It kind of is,
I did
isn't
that
it?
for years.
And my son's mom hates my guts. So there's not a lot of stuff that gets sent my way.
Uh-huh.
It makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of movies, wait till you hear this. No, wait, I have a bet with Josh that this next story has a obscure movie tie-in. Now, I will admit there may be an asterisk on this.
Years after Pluto was demoted from its planetary status, researchers are now arguing there could still be a ninth planet in our solar system.
Okay.
Writing for The Conversation, scientists say significant strides in space exploration are beginning to shed light on the realm beyond Neptune. In this part of space, there could be a new planet not yet discovered.
How about that?
I could say that about anything.
There could be 25 new planets.
Could be, there could be a new sun there. We don't know. Which has since been dubbed Planet 9. They said detailed simulations have created theories about this hypothetical planet, concluding that it must be very large, perhaps between 4 and 8 times the mass of Earth. Well, you'd think we'd be able to see it then.
Yeah.
According to researchers, Planet 9 must also be extremely far from the sun, something like 10 times the distance to Pluto, probably even more.
Huh.
So you see the tie-in?
It's very tenuous, Tom.
Yeah,
I think I would win this bet.
Absolutely.
It's really not a tie. It's a tie-in you're making.
Yeah.
I want money.
What Tom is alluding to is Ed Wood's movie Plan 9 from Outer Space, I'm assuming.
Of course.
But the reason that this is called Planet 9 is because it would be
the ninth planet.
Ninth planet.
Nothing
so
to
it
do with the movie.
It doesn't have to do with the movie.
Yeah, but I said there was an asterisk because the title is different by 2 letters.
I should have taken the bet.
Yeah, you should have.
Yeah. So...
Really?
Yeah, I should have,
Now, hasn't Plan 9 from Outer Space been quite literally awarded is the worst movie ever made? Isn't that something?
Yeah. But I think the concept is great.
I enjoyed the movie, actually.
It's fun,
when you know that it's supposed to be the worst movie ever.
I still say Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil.
Okay.
That's at least Plan 9 isn't boring necessarily.
Okay. Now, so here's
we boring you, sport?
Yeah, they call it each of those sport. What is this? The Great Gatsby?
That's essentially what he's doing. It's weird.
Kind of.
Wooden.
It's different here in Savannah.
Try watching the Robert Redford, Mia Farrow version of The Great Gatsby if you want to see stink.
Yeah, I agree with you on that too. They made us watch that in high school.
Oh, Leonardo DiCaprio's Gatsby's fun.
Well, that's a much different tone.
I know.
The other one's really awful.
So boring.
So here's what I don't understand.
No car chases or nothing.
Is Pluto no longer a planet?
No.
According to certain...
Doesn't Pluto orbit the sun? So doesn't
I thought this was like a topic of morning radio in the 2000s.
Yeah, but now they're saying...
Pluto's out.
They're saying, okay, Pluto's out, but there's this Planet 9 is in.
Hypothetically.
Yeah.
So how could you even say that?
I don't understand. What's wrong with Pluto? This is like when Ozzy quit Black Sabbath and they brought in Dio.
Yeah, there's some songs there. The Mob Rules, that's a great Dio.
Oh, I love
Sabbath
Dio,
song.
don't get me wrong.
Heaven and Hell.
But
yes.
I mean, why I just want Pluto back, that's all.
Yeah, I want them to go back and correct my 5th grade science test when I said there were only 8 planets, and I got marked off.
Yeah.
I was right the whole time.
That kept me out of Harvard.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
Do you
what
guys
it
know
was.
the planet thing? What's the pneumatic device that you're supposed
Roy
to
G.
remember?
Biv?
That's Roy G. No, that's that's the colors.
That's the rainbow.
Yeah.
My very young mother serves us 9 pizzas. or something
yeah,
like that.
yes.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's what it is?
My very educated mother, I think, serves us 9.
Oh, okay. So anyway, there could be a Planet 9.
And it could have life.
Yeah. I'm not sure why that was in the news today, but you're welcome.
Yes, yes, people. Are you at least grateful for what we've done here?
You hear "you're welcome" a lot in your head, don't you? You really do.
I just thought it was exciting. I don't know.
You're welcome.
I need to have this Pluto thing cleared up.
Japanese designers are preparing for rising sea levels in the future, designing a floating city.
Really?
Developers in the company called ARK, A-R-K, see the idea as the ocean-based version of Elon Musk's SpaceX. The floating city is called Dogen City or Dogen City, D-O-G-E-N. It would provide a self-sufficient habitat for 40,000 residents, measuring nearly 2.5 miles in circumference. The plan would be for inhabitants to be able to get to any point in the zone within an hour.
Wow, this is interesting.
Right?
So if the city's floating, then would they, if a hurricane was coming, would they stick an Evan Root in the back and move it?
Maybe.
Theoretically, I think they could, probably.
Wow, they could actually control where it goes. It wouldn't just be above.
If it's floating, presumably they could move it. Of
They're
course.
not going to tether it to the bottom of the ocean?
No, it's Japan. What if Godzilla came around?
Ah, good point. Yeah.
God, I wish it was 10 years ago. It's kind of an interesting idea. I don't see it ever happening.
Yeah, hopefully you aren't one of the people that gets seasick. I guess that neighborhood's out.
Yeah.
It's going to be pricey.
How do you think they'll choose the 40,000? That'll be interesting.
Well, the way things are going, that's
Well, you
all they'll
buy
have
your way
left in Japan.
What's happening in Japan that's so...
The birth rate's lowest in the civilized world.
Oh, it is?
Oh, yeah. They've got campaigns out there trying to get people to...
Do it?
Have babies?
Literally. Absolutely, yeah. It's...
they're all masturbating to tentacle porn or whatever.
Boy, that's a weird...
It sure is.
Tentacle porn.
What's tentacle porn?
What do you
kind
think?
of a big, what do they call that Asian porn? Hentai?
Yes.
Is that it?
Yep.
Are you into that, Jeff?
Oh, God, no.
You knew
You can be, you're among friends.
Yeah,
No, I don't. But I have seen Japanese porn, and I find it weird that they blur out the stuff, except for the money shot. They keep that in. They don't blur that.
I don't know why they do the blurring at all.
Maybe if
To
they
me,
didn't blur
that
out the
seems
good parts,
blurrable.
people would get hornier.
You think that's what it... Oh, yeah, you're
Yeah.
right.
So they pixelate the...
Wings
the
and the...
act,
the
Yeah.
mommy parts and the...
Yeah.
And the...
Yeah.
It's very...
How about daddy parts? Why is that so hard to come up with?
Do they pixelate the daddy parts too?
Yeah.
That's
But
mostly what they pixelate.
They pixelate everything up until the final ending, and then...
So you've actually gotten to the end of one. Congratulations.
Well, if you ever watched porn, you would know you watched the first 1 minute and the last 1 minute, and you skip the middle.
So let me ask you this: when they pixelate it, do they, if they're doing the aforementioned daddy part, do they pixelate it even bigger, just so you're anticipating?
They don't seem to.
The John C. Holmes of Tokyo.
Right. No, they don't seem to do any extra.
So wouldn't that be
pixelating.
funnier if the pixelation went up to the guy's nipples?
Yes.
Do they make pixelated underwear so you could turn on your man?
Because they're trained now?
Yeah.
Oh, I wonder if they do.
Oh, my God, you've woke up the curiosity monster.
Well, do you remember this? They used to. You don't see this anymore. They used to do that thing where you'd see in a magazine they'd have the black bar across
or a
somebody's
blue
face.
dot,
Right?
And then someone sent us glasses that had that black bar across
Yeah.
their face, so you could put that on and wear it somewhere. Couldn't see, of course, but that'd be similar. Pixelated underwear is a good idea, Christy.
Well, I mean, that's what turns them on. Did you see they've released the list of the largest average penis size by country?
We talked about this at one point, but maybe they have a renewed list.
Maybe.
Is the obvious the obvious?
Ecuador, number 1 at 6.93 inches. Wow.
And is this based on...
this is on angry from base to tip.
I mean, is this based on people filling out forms, or is this based on someone going around country to country?
One slut gave her... she read her diary.
That's right. Yeah, I'd like to see the methodology.
I'm international slut. Holly bangs a lot.
It's a new
This is an interesting study. Researchers found that the average penis size correlated to obesity rates.
Oh, sure. What do they say if you lose?
In what way?
If the heavier the country, so to speak, the smaller the ween.
Well, that's because fatter guys, there's less penis.
That you can see?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
What?
Of course. The more fat you have down around your wiener, the more the wiener's in the fat.
To find out which... I'm sorry.
You've been obviously reading some
medical
journals.
Yes, Fatties in Science. You don't get that journal?
But don't they say if you lose for every 30 pounds you lose, you gain an inch?
Something like that,
some weird
I forget
formula.
but there is a formula.
Yeah.
To find out which countries have the largest penises,
So they're going to have to change the name of that drug to Ozempic. Thank you very much.
Researchers in Germany combed through more than 40 recent studies involving thousands of men, extracted data on average penis size from nearly 90 countries, with the measurements having been independently verified, Tom. So there you go.
That's
in
all we
fact,
can
it
do
says
for you,
wherever possible, the team avoided using studies about men who self-reported. Yeah,
sure.
Guess where you think the United States ranks?
Right in the middle, I'm going to say.
Average, yeah.
60th on the list. Out of
9,000 countries. That's pretty good.
What's the lowest?
83 countries.
Oh, that's pretty low.
We are at 5.35 inches, just ahead of Japan at 5.34.
Who's the last?
The last is
It's
Bangladesh.
Ireland. Okay. Oh, Bangladesh.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
Bangladesh,
it's hard to
Hong
get
Kong,
direction
Sri
when
Lanka.
You can't eat.
Your ideas about
You know
the
what?
world formed at an early age.
I heard that George Harrison song.
I'm sorry, 88 countries are reported. Cambodia was the last on the list.
Ah, all right.
Well, thank you very much, Christy. We'll have to look into this and see if we
I'll send the story to you, Tom. I figured you might want to be
find some more by
looking
country.
into that.
Have they done a similar thing for ladies?
Like widest?
Deepest?
I was thinking. I was thinking breast sizes.
Okay.
Didn't we see a legitimate thing that in Brazil butts are bigger?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, I mean, are you talking about augmented or naturally?
I think the augmentation came from the idea that people in Brazil had bigger butts, or women did.
Oh.
So
Okay.
I want I want a Brazilian because I want my butt to look like it's from Brazil.
Okay.
Miss Boom Boom or Bang Bang? What do they call
Miss
it?
Boom Boom. Isn't it Boom Boom?
Boom, 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 boom. Right now, I will continue our survey here. I'll start with Josh. He always gets upset if I don't. So, Josh, you've got a sleep number bed.
Yes, sir.
What is your sleep number setting?
65, and I know that because I went to the store, I lied down on their bed, and they told me, hey, your pressure points really require a 65.
But if you wanted to, you could say, yeah, well, you're not the boss of me. I'm going to set it at 100.
Yeah, and then maybe not sleep as well. But
I see. So you can let your sleep number bed tell you what to do.
Mine's 100. It's a very firm mattress, Tom.
That's what
the
his
way
body requires.
That's what I like.
But you could change it if you
I
want.
could, yes.
Christy, your side of the bed is?
45.
There you go.
My
That's
pressure points are a little softer.
Softer mattress. The whole thing here is called adjustable firmness, developed and perfected by the people at Sleep Number. They want you to get a great night's sleep. Mine is currently 100. I've gone up in the world. I like that firm mattress. Also, they're going to help you with the temperature of the bed and lots of tricks to help you get to sleep. Get the details at your Sleep Number store. Sleep at the next level and unlock your potential with a smart bed that's going to be as smart as you are, because right now the Sleep Number Queen C2 smart bed is just $899. That's a $200 savings. And remember, Sleep Number beds have been proven to last longer than any other bed out there. Special financing is available for a limited time, by the way, subject to credit approval. Get the details at sleepnumber.com/BT show. I love my Sleep Number bed, and they've got all kinds of stuff. They've got beds where the head goes up. They've got beds where you can have temperature controls so you go to sleep quicker. Get all the details. Sleepnumber.com/BT show. We're coming back with our history lesson. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. Catch any part of the show you missed later today on our YouTube channel.
But I was just talking about things that are disappearing, like the sound of a typewriter is going away. I get it. I mean, I understand all this stuff, but like that little ding when you pull in the gas station, if you're under a certain age, you have no idea what we're talking about.
Right.
How true.
Just things.
Remember when they used to give you all kinds of things when you got gasoline, like glasses?
That's what Bill was talking about. Yeah.
Incredible stuff.
Even albums and stuff like that. I mean, I guess if you went to school at a certain age, you wouldn't remember what albums were or certain things. I mean, I saw a list of those things the other day with people that have.
They're all disappearing.
Yeah.
Customer service.
Yeah.
Totally gone. You know, I love customer service now is everybody can understand, but nobody can help you.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I understand, sir. Yes, I know. There's nothing we can do. That's just how. I was on a plane and they had the intercom turned all the way up to like 10, and it's right above me, like blowing out my eardrum.
Yeah.
So I asked the stewardess, I go, is there any way you can turn it down? She's like, no, I'm sorry. There's nothing we can do. It's like, really? They installed an intercom at 10 without a volume?
There's no volume.
They're going to listen to it, and they're going to deal with it. That's how we're doing it on this airline.
Yeah.
Right.
And I hate flying. I hate flying like Nigerians hate spam filters. You know what I'm saying?
There's a...
This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, hi. With us in the studio, comedian Sal D'Amelio and Scott Dunn hanging out with us. Scott, anything else in your life of interest these days?
Well, I just bought that van. So we're still
that's right.
savoring that. We're enjoying that.
Now, van or minivan?
Minivan. In this day and age, everyone just assumes minivan when you have children.
I would think.
How many people have the conversion van? Is that what they're called still?
Oh, I would love a conversion van, but yeah.
Is that where you can convert it into a bedroom?
Yeah. Boudoir.
Sweet.
No.
Really?
Yeah. Knock one out on the way going down the road. Let's pull onto that rest stop, honey.
Well, you're going to have to leave the kids at the previous rest stop because.
Well, none of them are going to be there. Buying a car is a grind. I haven't bought a car from a dealership. It is like a 2-hour, 3-hour grind.
That's tough, yeah.
And so you don't want to be stuck with some idiot.
No.
You want a professional. You want somebody. So I've done a little list of how you can tell whether your car salesman's professional or unprofessional.
Oh, really?
Okay, good.
Okay.
We'll see.
All right.
A big bonus to these minivans is the DVD player in the back.
Oh, sure.
So if your salesman wants to show you how to operate it, that's professional. Mm-hmm. If he makes you go an extra hour on the test drive so he can watch the nude scene from American Pie, unprofessional.
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Same token, you're buying a minivan for your family. Mm-hmm. So if he wants to show you the storage capacity, professional. If he wants to show you some great places to hide your weed, unprofessional.
All right.
Now, I understand that buying a car is negotiation. I'm trying to get a good deal. He's trying to make money. Mm-hmm. So telling me my offer is too low, understandable.
Okay.
Spitting in my coffee, unacceptable.
Wow.
Yep. On the same token, while we negotiate, if he tells you he needs to leave the room to go talk to his manager, that's probably okay.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
If he tells you he needs to leave the room to go drop a deuce, not okay. Not okay.
Too much information.
Wait,
yeah.
$50 never killed anybody.
Well, he's never done this before.
Used cars, Christy.
Yeah. Now, this one's for the ladies, Christy.
Yeah.
If your car salesman offers you free financing,
Yeah,
that's great. Yeah. If he offers you a free mustache ride, not so great.
No.
It depends on what he looks like.
There you go.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Depends how cheap you're getting this car.
And
What do I have to
finally,
do to get you into this car today?
and finally, if your car salesman tells you that the van is a certified pre-owned car, that's professional.
Yes.
If he tells you it's a certified poon wagon, unprofessional.
The old.
But good to know.
Yeah, but good to know.
Thanks very much.
This week, Timothy by The Boys from May 1971. Now here's your host, Oliver Lang.
Okay, let's see. Lyrics are kind of hard to understand here. I'm just reading them off the album cover. 3 guys are trapped in a mine. Let's see, Joe was looking at Tim. Oh, what the f***? They ate him! Oh, my God! Oh, I'm gonna be sick.
This has been Oliver's Cliff Notes Hits of the 70s.
Okay. Sean Morey is here with us. Sean, nice to see you.
I get annoyed by certain things. You know, people who use the word friggin'.
Friggin'?
What the hell is that? Make a stand. Either say the F word or say golly gosh darn.
Right.
What does friggin' mean anyway? I'm almost mad enough to cuss. Don't push me. I'll say friggin'. I don't give a shooby dooby. I heard a funny word the other day. Cripes.
Cripes?
Some guy said, for cripe's sake. Who would that be? Jesus Cripes? The son of Gosh?
But it's strange living back in America, you know. I mean, America's like a foreign country to me in a lot of ways.
Why?
I don't know. Things are weird. You know, I have friends that don't eat bread anymore. Everybody's on a low-carb diet.
Well.
And Jesus said, take this bread and eat it. It is my body. And the disciples said, Jesus, we're all on low-carb diet. We appreciate you dying for our sins, but we're all trying to slim down a little bit. We want to look good in the painting.
Bob and Tom.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee at the news desk.
Hello.
Pat Godwin's over there.
Hey, chick.
There's Josh Arnold.
Hi there.
There's Jeff Oskay.
Hey!
He's here in the studio. There's Ace Cosby. I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
Well, thank you very much.
Tommy boy. He's got the blues so bad.
We have neglected to do something today.
Hit the button.
I think.
Don't stretch it out any longer than it has to.
There we go. With a deep voice. Ace Cosby, here he is with his joke of the day.
You guys don't know this, but I was friends with the great soul singer Bill Withers.
Oh, is that right?
And when he wrote that song, Ain't No Sunshine When She's Gone,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I said, Bill, that's horrible grammar. He said, I know.
That was Ace Cosby's joke of the day.
I know.
Jeff, don't fall over.
I'm still just
sunshine.
It's a great song.
That's beautiful, Ace.
You know, likey?
No, I thought it was so good.
We were having such a lovely day.
Lovely day. Lovely. Speaking of day, June 16th, here's Tom with Today in History. Go.
1884.
Oh, my.
The first what opened in America?
YMCA.
7-Eleven.
Moving Picture Theater.
Nope. the first roller coaster.
Oh.
Opened in America.
51 people died.
You had to have some big balls to ride that thing.
Yeah, no.
Was it in Coney Island?
It was at Coney Island. Can you? I'd watch it 50 times before I get on. Oh, look, it's like a train, except it's up in the air.
And the Coney hot dog had to be an accident, right? They dropped it in the chili. Whoops. There you go. Just give it to them anyway.
And we were talking about this thing at Bonnaroo, in which apparently iPhones, the whatever it is, the crash indicators going off. We had it last summer because people were on roller coasters. It was calling 911 because their phones have that thing on them. So in this case, it's an important thing in the news. They're asking people at Bonnaroo, what's it called again,
It's
Christian?
called collision detection.
So if you have an iPhone,
You're
and that's
jerked around like that or whatever.
They say it's from, I guess, the slam dancing, if you will, the mosh pit. I think it's the dirty. I think it's the dirty hippies humping.
This is really
irresponsibly.
turned into a half-assed review.
Okay.
Really has.
1935, U.S. Congress accepts FDR's New Deal.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought it was his first resignation. He tried to quit. Did you know that?
I think it was the opposite. I think he
kept trying
to become a dictator.
No, they kept trying to.
And then Howie Mandel was there, and he said, look, deal or New Deal? Oh, man. 1960, Psycho from Alfred Hitchcock is released. Terrifying movie.
The strict rule. Remember the strict rule that came? They said no one, once the movie starts, can enter.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
If you were a little bit late, you were not getting in.
Wow.
Fascinating. A slice of cinematic history.
1980 on this date, the movie The Blues Brothers premiered in Chicago.
Love it.
Yeah.
I'm
not a fan.
I'm a huge. I don't know how they made it.
There's a lot of cop cars crashing.
Yes.
I know that.
I love that movie.
Man.
Yeah, it's very funny. I think it's good.
I'll have four fried chickens.
Happy birthday
and a Coke.
Geronimo, born in 1829.
Inventor of the diving board leap.
I was going to say the cliff fall.
What's the movie where Geronimo jumps out of the
It's one of the Hot Shots.
Shots up. Me.
That is very silly.
Yeah, very dumb. Stan Laurel of Laurel and Hardy, born on this date in 1890.
Stanley.
Genius.
Yes.
Phil Mickelson, lefty, born in this date in 1970.
Here's Geronimo.
So stupid.
There he goes.
And that'll do it for Today in History.
All right.
Time now for things we learned today on the Bob and Tom Show. Tom says he gets nervous around waiters and waitresses when he's ordering food. I don't think that's
Why
true.
are you
We didn't really follow. Is it all waiters and waitresses?
Oh, God.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen you, and even though we've been together almost 40 years, I have never eaten a lot of meals with you in a restaurant. I don't think you've ever ordered off a menu.
That's right.
You always ask whoever
What they got.
get.
Yeah. I have to read all day when I'm in here. I don't want to go and read a menu.
Nikola Jokic said this at the Nuggets championship parade.
You know that I told that I don't want to stay on parade, but I want to stay on parade. This is the
Why does he talk like that? Is he dumb or something?
Yeah, this is
Big
amazing.
dumb
This
jock.
is, we're all going to remember this our whole lives. And when we see you guys that came out on the streets, and actually this one is for you. We love you, Denver. This one is for you. Thank you, guys.
That's awesome.
Willie Griswold and Greg Hahn in Louisville, Kentucky tonight at the Caravan, and Jeff Oskay and Reno Collier where, Tom, this weekend?
They are at the Virginia Theater.
Yes.
The Virginia Theater.
In Charlottesville?
No.
Martinsville? Where?
Tell us, Tom. Tell us.
It is in Kentucky. Somerset, Kentucky, to be precise.
There's no one performing from the show this weekend in Savannah.
No, sadly,
Now,
no.
You got to highlight my important idea. I want to go on TV and highlight this. I think take these sex dolls and that guys want to get rid of and convert them into scarecrows.
All right.
Would you put dresses on them?
I You could. You could have lady scarecrow.
Honey, time to do something. Timmy's out there humping the scarecrow again.
I told you this was not going to work. I told you.
Timmy, leave that girl alone.
Damn it.
It would change the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
I charge them by the hour. The flower. As they deflate. Thank you very much. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. Get a look at today's show on our YouTube channel.